See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Okay, so it's all...
At this point in time.
Okay, all right.
May I?
Yes.
Beck sits at the top 3 of the Billboard 200 charts and debuts his album, Colors, featuring that song, Up All Night.
That's a song about he wants to stay up all night and go clear with you. It's a Scientology thing. They're going to stay up all night, they're going to get the box, and they're going to go clear. The E-meter or whatever it's called.
How can you deny the effectiveness of being a Scientologist when you look at the fine product produced by Beck? How can you
Then
deny?
how do you explain John Travolta?
Well,
the fine product that is not John Travolta. Hi, it's us. Yeah.
I like that song.
Notice anything?
Do I notice
anything about me?
Yeah, different about you?
Anything?
Something
new,
Is it a new hat?
Something new? No, it's
Not
an
a
old
new
hat.
hat.
No.
Something
Come
new.
on, you guys. Come on.
I can only see you from like the
Come on.
chest
No,
up.
that's all you need. Come on.
Did you get a facial?
No. No, it's not a new shirt. No.
No haircut.
Headphones.
Oh, new headphones.
New headphones.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
You found them.
Well, see, and they're so snug.
Carrie gets the behind the. They don't go on the top of the head. They
No.
go behind the back earphones because he likes to wear his hats.
Mm-hmm.
So you took your wife's advice and ordered a bunch of them on Amazon.
I got 8 of them.
Yeah.
Why 8?
Because they break easily.
Because 10 seemed to be too much. I put 10 in the shopping cart, and I
Yeah.
looked at it, and I went, that seems like a lot. And then I did the math, and I went, each pair lasts me about 5 years. And at my age.
Well, you only
Fine,
Carrie,
yeah,
You
you
only
know.
needed one pair.
Aw.
All right. So we got check-ins coming up.
877-602-9696.
I have a quick email here about check-ins, among other things.
Oh.
So let's do that very quickly here. This is not the official part of the show. Oh, and I want to thank Pierce Danner for coming by. He brought me the roll of dimes that he promised.
Oh.
He brought me a roll of dimes.
I've seen a roll of
but
any coin.
Bill, you put that in your fist, and then if you get in a fight, you got extra.
You need quarters
no?
for that.
Okay.
These dimes wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't I couldn't punch out a fairy with these. They're as light as gossamer.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't punch out a little winged fairy. Anyway, this email about check-ins. This is from Clay, who has checked in with us before. Some observations about shower beer and check-ins.
Okay.
He said check-ins are comparable to the Smiths, the band The Smiths, for the following reasons.
Okay.
It's an acquired taste.
Okay.
Okay.
It can be enjoyable in small doses, and you might want to hang yourself if you listen for too long.
Okay. I
the
can see
check-ins.
all of those things.
So that's what makes it the least popular feature we do on the radio.
Well, we're giving away something today for it.
Right.
White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. That's that show that Bill doesn't know what he's doing in it.
Right.
November 4th. So we'll give away tickets to that.
And then we had talked about shower beer. Let's just finish up Clay's email real quickly here, and then we'll officially begin the program. He said, I've been doing some experiments about shower beer, extensive research. He said you need to use a low-flow shower head with a 105-degree softened water.
Wow, this is very specific.
You need to use Suave for Men Plus and Ivory soap.
Okay.
And 1-4 Wild Simcoe Sessions Ale.
This is all very specific.
Note, do not mix the beer with the shampoo or the soap.
Well, of course.
Yeah. And then he says, he says, I've been traveling to Grants, New Mexico, every week for my job over the last 6 months. Did you know that if I start a Radio from Hell podcast when I leave my house for the Salt Lake airport, the podcast will still just be finishing up when I pull into the job site in Grants, New Mexico? I doubt you'll care about that, but as I have shared this observation with my wife and friends, and they didn't find it interesting either.
No, we do that just for you.
Back to the shower beer thing. I know your son is a proponent of the shower beer. And the other thing that he left out is that you've got to make sure that the shower beer is ice cold. Correct, Ellen?
Yeah, I agree with everything he said. You have to have a really cold beer. And I just disagree about this low-flow shower head.
Okay.
You want high flow, and you want to turn it to the setting that could, degrease the driveway.
Okay.
All right.
I like yeah.
I'm all for that.
Okay.
Not the massage setting,
Right.
just the hard.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
There you go.
All right. So he likes it. Well, 105 degree water is pretty hot.
That's pretty
he
damn
He
hot.
likes it
Yeah,
105
that's
degrees,
pretty hot,
but he likes the
I'm talking
softened
about the pressure.
water.
Yeah.
Pressure.
All right. All right.
All
Here
right.
we go. We got to get
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 it
going
over
here.
with.
So,
Do you know where I went?
I saw your picture.
I know you were just there too.
877-602-9696. Call and check in. Where was I?
Well, for some reason, Bill and I both bought cars in the same month, which means our emissions inspection stuff comes up at the same month. So, of course, went to Excel Automotive Repair. There are mechanics.
So this kind of thing happens always when I go to XL Automotive Repair. I'm sitting there, and there's a woman sitting there, and I can't remember if it was Steve or Kip, one of the mechanics, comes and sits down next to the woman and said, "So you asked us for an oil change?" And she said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I've checked your oil, and it's perfectly fine."
Okay, that's ridiculous.
She said, "Well, I don't drive a lot, and I don't put many miles on the car, and say, but I know aren't you supposed to change it, if you go so many miles?" And he said, "No, not necessarily. If the oil's good, it's good.
They're
You
too
don't need
honest.
an oil change."
They're too
so I'm
honest.
telling you, any other place you would go to,
Oh, they'd have
if
just
you
done
walked
it.
in and said, "I need an oil change," they say, "Fine, they'll change your oil and charge you."
Exactly. Then it just went, all right, throw it up on the rack.
But here's what that should tell you. If you do need something done to your car, and sometimes it can be an expensive repair, if you take it to Excel Automotive Repair, they're only doing it if you really need it, and they're going to do a good job with it.
33rd South, 3rd East, it's Excel Automotive Repair.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming. Don't miss Dashboard Confessional December 4th at the Complex.
I was so angry
What?
Saturday night. After I went to the Warped Tour, I went to a party, and I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. I get home, and I'm out. I was out on the sidewalk. It's not important why. 10 o'clock, out on the sidewalk, and what do I see coming across the street? A raccoon, and there's a lot of traffic, and he's coming right toward my house.
Yeah?
And there's a lot of traffic,
Yeah.
and the lights in the car, and a car honked, and the raccoon kind of, like this, and I thought, God, hit him! I was hoping the car had hit him, but it missed him.
Yeah.
And he came, and I'm standing 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And he came running, and he ran, and I started yelling at him, and he ran right up my tree, the one that's in my front yard. I have a gigantic, like
Bill treed a
a
coon.
50-foot tree. Yeah, I treed a coon. I was yelling, "You son of a! Get back here!"
Bill lives where the red fern grows.
I was just so mad, and he ran up the damn tree, and they're everywhere. God,
I think they've declared war on you.
I
frankly,
think
but
they have.
Coming to get you.
It's like birds have declared war on my wife. Raccoons
No kidding.
declared war on you.
He got he stopped and growled at the car. I swear to God, he did.
Hi, Rose!
Get away!
Shake his fist. Roadhog!
He's
Little birdie finger.
one of
little
his little bandit hands,
bird finger.
Their hands are almost human,
They have them,
But ran right up the tree in front of my house. God, that made me
What are
mad.
you going to do?
Did your wife lock you out again? You sleep on the porch. Was it one of
Huh?
those?
No.
No?
Oh, why I was on this?
Why you
Yeah.
were out on the front porch?
I was
No.
taking the night air.
He's
I was
farting.
taking in the night
He's
air.
out farting.
Yeah. I'll be back in a while, honey.
The night.
I gotta go take the night air.
He's right, isn't he?
No,
Taking the night wind. Is
No,
what it is.
no, I wasn't.
There's a breeze. Let me just put it that way.
Man, I live in the city. I don't
You
need
shouldn't
this
have-
crap.
No, you have to move to the country to get away from the
No
coons.
kidding. It just drives me crazy.
I tell you, we haven't had any raccoon problems since Van's dog Chase killed one in the backyard, and ever since then
They know.
they're gone.
I believe that when I start trap, I should go home and set up a trap, and
Yeah.
because if I trap a couple of them, they kind of lay off for a while.
Well, then that means you have to keep trapping them.
I know.
Got to send a message.
I know. I got the trap there. I just haven't. I'll set it, and Brian will come and get him.
I want reliable people who aren't going to get carried away.
This is years you've been dealing with
I
this.
just hate it.
Got to send a message to the coon community.
I haven't seen one of the cats for quite a while. The one.
Rush or G. Gordon, you mean?
Yeah, Rush is. I haven't seen Rush for a week. Baby Rush is finally gone.
You know, raccoon will kill a cat.
I know. They've been coexisting for a while.
Well, no, I mean, one of the Rush has been injured by the raccoon. I assume it's the raccoons. Before, I've taken him to the vet a couple of times with injuries. It just drives me crazy.
Well, got to kill one. Got to kill one. Send a message.
Spill blood.
Well, it's just sprinkle raccoon blood on the threshold.
Well, where are you going to get that raccoon blood, huh?
From a raccoon, I guess.
You got to bleed one.
Can't you buy it at Sportsman's Warehouse?
No, that's urine, and that will attract them. I'm sorry.
Man.
Those Russians, they just have such a sense of humor.
Opening the show brought to you by Hoops Vision. Call today for your free LASIK consultation. It's your life. See it better. Take control. Make the call today. 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com.
So the moon is 28% of full. It is a waxing crescent moon on its way to full. It will be full on November 3rd at 11:22 p.m. The moon will rise today at 1:02 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 25th day of October in the year of our Lord 2017, and this is North America's ambidextrous morning show.
Wow.
It is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That is Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer and lady-in-waiting for the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred is here, back in the video driver's seat, producing video for the show. You can see us live and see pictures accompanying the news and things like that at x96.com/live. And Katie for short is here helping out. Today, the 25th, it's National, or it's World Pasta Day.
Oh, good.
So, you should probably have a little
I
pasta
can do that.
day, World Pasta Day. And it is also Punk for a Day. Punk for a Day. So I guess it's for you, punk. You know what?
He's punk every day.
It's our good friend Punk. That's what it is.
Let's just celebrate punk
today. It's punk. It's celebrate punk today.
All right.
So, there we go.
Well, let's begin the check-ins.
Yeah.
877-602-9696.
It's brought to you by White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. Runs November 4th through the 2nd with different readers for each performance, like Bill Allred. He'll be doing the one on the 4th. Tickets are $20 for general public, $5 for you students, $10 for all other students. You can purchase them at the Kingsbury Hall box office, online at utahpresents.org, or by calling 801-581-7100. The show contains mature content. Discretion is advised.
I don't care. I don't know about the other people who are doing this, but I would prefer not being called a reader. Refer to me as an actor, please. I'm an actor. 877-602-9696. Only one person has called.
Based on the response so far, we're just going to cruise today.
Really?
We're not even going to barely try.
All right.
I mean, we should probably even leave early.
Well, we're
How about
already
now?
here. We're already here. Right?
But I don't care.
Well,
I'll leave.
You know,
I don't care. I don't even give a care.
I don't care.
So it's 877-602-9696. We'll start with John.
And we may end with John because John is the only one who's called to check in. Hi, John.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your day today?
Just got done driving Lyft. I'm going home and go to bed. So if you guys call it a day, that's cool.
You drove Lyft all night.
How'd that go?
Yes, this is John, the Lyft driver.
Right.
Yes. How'd that go?
Good.
Any interesting occupants?
Nope, just the standard people going to work and airport runs.
Yeah, Gina always wants to know if anybody threw up in your car. She's sure that somebody will or should throw up
Or
in your
somebody
car.
famous, or somebody with a good story.
You want somebody
or-
famous to throw up in his car?
Sure.
Like who? Who would you like?
I will make an exception for Gina. If she wants to get drunk, I will pick her up and she can throw up in my car.
Oh, I wouldn't
That's
throw
it.
up in your
Which celebrity would you? You know who I'd like to see throw up in John's car? Mark Wahlberg. I think Mark Wahlberg should get drunk and throw up in John's car.
Do you have a story about Mark Wahlberg coming up? Okay.
I do have a story about Mark Wahlberg coming up.
Okay, well, thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Good morning, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for checking in.
London FOP, I'm needing 100% today. The mother-in-law is going to be here for one more week. I'm crying inside.
Oh, well. Bartender Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Nick. Where are you a bartender?
Oh, I'm at Odd Tender. I'm that dude.
Not a bartender.
A hod
I
tender.
wish I was a bartender.
Again, I'm
then,
only-
I wouldn't be so.
I'm only as good as the information I'm given,
Says-
and they said bartender on there.
Yeah, it says bartender.
It's a different set of
Oh.
skills.
Yeah,
I can pretend I'm a bartender today.
Sure.
And that way I can give in at least 90%.
yeah, okay. I don't know if it's that different of a skill. Don't you have to listen to other bricklayers' problems all the time?
Yeah,
just-
probably.
Just like a
Do it
bartender.
all the
All
time.
right, Nick. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Nick.
Appreciate it.
Chat room, first time checking in. I'm usually not up this early. I'm not sure how you guys do it. I'm already on my second cup of coffee.
That's partially how we do
Yeah.
it.
Or just, tell us who you are.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Dave checking in on my way to work. Please give 60% so I can make it to lunch and have spaghetti.
Pasta day.
It is pasta day.
Oh, former intern Damon back from Vegas. Looking forward to 3 whole Radio from Hell podcasts at work today. Damon, thank you for my mixtape. He brought me a mix.
Oh, he did. That's right.
Have you listened to it?
I have listened to some of it. There's a lot of songs on it.
Kimberly, the boring lawyer, checking in. Colbert was less boring. Oh, that's right. She went to a taping. It has already aired, so if you didn't watch, search for the opening to see us cheering our brains out for an apple.
An apple.
I hope it's a computer and not an actual apple. Good morning, lords and lady. Vicky of the Age will check again. Not much else to say. Too tired to try. Thanks for letting us listen.
Maybe that's everybody's problem today.
Maybe
They're
that's
too
it. I
tired.
don't know.
Well, I'll have my Mill Creek coffee now, and Mill Creek will always get me through the day.
Yes.
So.
Catherine. Catherine?
Don't listen to your radio, Catherine.
Yeah,
Hi,
Catherine.
Catherine.
Catherine, you're
Turn
listening
your
to
radio
radio.
off, Catherine.
Yeah, don't listen.
Turn your radio off.
It will mess you up.
It will.
Oh, okay.
It'll just confuse
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's early.
So, Catherine,
Hi.
what's up with
Thanks
you?
for letting me listen.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
What's up?
Well, I'm just getting ready to go to work. I work for a cruise line, so I'm going to book some cruises today.
A cruise
Do
line.
you actually go on those cruises occasionally?
No, I wish.
Well, you need to tell your boss we need to go on these for research purposes, so that when people ask us questions, how's the buffet? You can say it was okay or not, or what should I do when I hit the port of call? I should go on this tour.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. How will you know which is the best Senor Frogs in Ensenada?
exactly.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
It's like going to a restaurant. You ask the waiter, the person bringing you.
Oh,
"How
I
is-
can't afford to eat
How
here."
is this?
I don't eat this stuff.
I've never tried these ribs. They're too expensive.
I don't
You
eat
know,
them.
It's the same thing.
Work on that, Catherine.
Catherine, stand up for your rights.
All right.
All right?
Definitely. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you. All right. Our boring lawyer checking in says, no, actually, it was an actual apple,
Yeah.
not a computer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's odd. All right. Let's see. This is AJ. Oh, AJ.
Thanks for checking in. What are you doing?
I'm just driving to work.
Where?
I've got to work down by BYU today.
And AJ.
Are you prepared for that?
Yeah. I'll hopefully I'll survive.
Okay.
AJ, now, what does A and J stand for something?
Yeah, it stands for the rest of my name.
You don't want to say.
That's fine.
I go by AJ. I just call the rest of my name my slave name.
Your slave name. Why do you call it
Yeah,
that?
I think it's an X-Men reference.
Well, yeah, the X-Men prefer to go by their X-Men names. You know, don't call me this. My name's Polaris. That was on the last episode.
I see.
Oh, yeah, I see what he's
Thank you for geek-splaining.
Yeah,
for
all right.
us,
So he's
Gary.
X-Man AJ.
Okay,
All right.
got it.
Thanks.
Thank you, AJ.
AJ, see ya.
Bye-bye. Let's go to TY then. It's TY.
TY. What does that stand for, TY?
TY, is that your X-Men name?
Just Ty. It is my X-Men
Oh,
name.
okay. All right. Just TY.
Oh, I thought that was TIE.
I need an X-Men name.
TY.
So
I've been a long time friend of the program. Been listening for almost 20 years. I love you guys' show. Figured I'd finally call in and check in with you guys this morning.
Well, thanks for doing that. Why did you wait so long? 20 years is a long time.
I'm usually driving or asleep at this time.
What are you doing right now?
I am driving to work.
Yeah, see? That was not an excuse.
All right, TY.
Ty, thanks for checking in.
Apparently, my X-Men name is G-Balls. So.
Well, I guess so. Evil Green checking in. The missus spent several hours last night scraping blackheads off my nose.
Ew!
My skin is tender and I may go back to bed. Please only give 8% today.
I didn't need to know that.
Jed from Plutonium checking in.
Hey, Jed.
Been a while. Ian checking in. Too tired to go to work, but we'll still have to. 50% today, please.
All right.
Let's see. Old Man Jenkins.
Old Man Jenkins.
Checking in.
You would have gotten away with it, too. Born for you pesky kids.
My granddaughter, meddling kids, please.
Meddling.
My granddaughter bestowed me with that name. I'm not sure why. Old Man Jenkins. HVAC Chin checking in. Painted pumpkins last night. Turned out great.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
We haven't heard from Chicken Rob in a long time.
I'm worried about Chicken Rob.
I'm thinking he fell into the coop and the chickens ate him.
No, I ran into Chicken Rob.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, where was it? Oh, it was up at the Anime Bonsai. Chicken Rob was there, and he has chicken tattoos.
Well, that's good.
He's a wild-looking guy.
He's a chicken guy.
Chicken Rob, we need to hear from you.
And I said, why haven't I heard from him? He says, it's the sunrise. It's all about the
because
sunrise.
the chickens get up at a different time.
Because the chickens are getting up at a different time. He says, once the sunrise moves up, then I'll be checking in.
You remember there is an old saying that say if you go to bed early, that means you go to bed with the chickens.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what he said. He said the reason you haven't heard from me is just because of the chickens. I'm on the chickens clock, and that's
I'm on the chickens.
I guess
we won't hear from him till
I
spring.
guess chickens go to sleep when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And then get up.
As soon as the sun comes up. Oh. So we won't. He says the sun's been coming up later, so I'm not up then.
All right. Well.
And my wife says that Gina's X-Men name would be the Doubter because she doesn't trust it.
No,
I don't trust it.
I like the Doubter.
Well, I guess we'll sort of try. Coming up, big boy news, opinioendo, also things that must go. All of those things in the next break. So
All
stay
of
with
that?
us. All of that in the next break.
Oh,
So stay with us.
jeez. Well,
no wonder we're tired.
You got traffic?
You have some traffic?
I do, and then I need to tell you about Black Velvet Boutique,
I know.
too. All I'll tell you about traffic is there's not much happening so far. I have no accidents to report, no slowage.
Good enough.
But they have a sponsor in spite of all that. Join the Snowbird team this winter. Stop by one of the upcoming recruiting events November 1st, 7th, and 15th, or apply online at snowbird.com.
I'm telling you, you are about to increase traffic in the, Layton Clearfield
Clearfield,
area.
293 South State Street in
Yeah.
Clearfield. Black Velvet Boutique. They're open 7 days a week because, sex. You don't just have sex Monday through Friday.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes on Sunday, you think.
Only on Saturday.
So Dawn and Leah
Yeah,
run the place?
locally owned sexual wellness resource. This isn't a novelty store. This is a place where you can go to have a positive sexual experience, talk to the staff, learn.
You don't go
You don't
and
have
go
ex-
there and have a positive sexual
want-
experience at the
No.
store.
They want you to have positive
Learn
sexual
about it.
experiences in your own life.
Yes.
And they say whether that's you and your partner or maybe it just is you.
No.
And you don't have to feel shame about talking to them about it.
Yeah, well, if you're shy, they're not going to pester you.
No, you can shop anonymously or you can engage with any of the Black Velvet Boutique staff. They're interested in building honest dialogue and relationships with their customers, helping people make informed choices. They have free sex education workshops. A lot of other places will charge you for those. They don't. Black Velvet Boutique wants you to enjoy sex, learn how to enjoy sex. Go see them, 293 South State Street in Clearfield, Black Velvet Boutique.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music winding on X96.
I ate a 100-day-old steak.
Good for you.
100-day-old meat?
Good for you.
We
Didn't
went-
even give you any pause at all.
Well, no, because there was lots of wine before it happened. So we went to, and I never know how to say it. It's either Veneto or Veneto.
How do you spell it?
Veneto.
Veneto.
But I think it,
you're
but I think it might be
Italian. You
Veneto.
should. No, it's
I don't-
Veneto. Veneto.
And Joe said it's the best meal he's ever eaten in Salt Lake, and he's eaten a lot of good meals. It's mostly lost on me because cheese, and I'm dumb. But the owner, Marco, came out and he said, I want to give you this 100-day aged T-bone, has the New York strip on one side and the filet on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so big, the whole table can share it.
Wow.
And he brought it out to the table, like before he cooked it, just to show us.
Raw meat right here.
Yeah. And it looked like you just pulled it out of the meat counter. It was red, and when he's telling me it's 100 days old.
Mm-hmm.
And then he showed us a piece of what he cut off the top of it.
And?
Which was like 2 inches of
what?
Like green and white.
Where did he have that in his pocket?
No,
did he pull it out of his
He
pocket?
was just holding it all together. Whatever the rind it creates on it after you leave it out.
Okay.
I wanted you. I'm telling you this so you guys.
You're
would
looking
be proud
for
of me.
a pat on the back?
Yes. And he's like, now I'm gonna go back and cook it,
Come
but
here,
I
come
just show.
There you go. All right.
So she.
I totally
she's
ate it.
She's looking for a pat on the back for eating a $50 steak.
It was more than that.
It was. She's looking for a pat on the back.
But four people
for
shared
eating-
it. 4 people shared
for
it.
eating a $100 steak.
And
It was. I've never tasted anything like it.
it was that good.
And it's not. It's not even like it was steak. It was like it was a whole other
A whole other level of
thing.
You're looking for a pat on the back for leading a privileged lifestyle.
we were-
way to go!
We were 4 people that shared this one steak. It was. We all just had little bits of it, but.
You way to go, 1%er.
Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center, featuring authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
Well, we begin the news, and I got a lot to get to here, and we've got things that must go right after this, so I got to race through some of this stuff. We'll start with terrible, horrible tragedy. He was one of a kind, one in a million. He was a celebrity. He will be missed. Robert Guillaume. I thought he had already died.
Me too, honestly.
But he has died. He dreamed of being a tenor at the Metropolitan Opera. That was his goal. He ended up being an actor. And a really damn good one. Now, most people just know him from sitcoms on TV.
Rafiki.
But he was in Lion King, the voice in Lion King. He was
on Soap originally as the character Benson, who got his own show, Benson.
Is Spencer Cox here?
Well, the deal is, now I saw Frank Christ announce this, and then somebody, Gina, you said, or Carrie said, make sure you break this.
I did.
To Spencer Cox.
Our Lieutenant Governor.
Really, yeah. But and so Frank Chris says, I will. I'll be just very gentle. And then he went, oh, horrible tragedy. So he did the same thing.
He was really good on a show that not many people watched that I enjoyed, Sports Night.
Sports Night. That was a great show. And if it's available, it probably is.
It is.
Sports Night. I think there were
It's an Aaron Sorkin show.
Two
seasons of it, and it was really great.
But he was a really good actor.
He'd had a stroke a number of years ago. And
that's when I thought he died.
And I think he was 89 or something.
Yeah, he was.
All right, so Gina, story for you.
Okay.
A mother of one child, Natalia Nemitz, in England, has died in a horrible accident. Her colleagues noticed that she was not at her place at a factory where they make caramels out of caramel. And then her colleagues noticed that one of her legs was poking out of the molten hot caramel tank.
Oh, man.
They could do nothing to save her. She was married with a 10-year-old son.
She drowned in caramel?
She was drowned. She was cleaning the mixer when the caramel suddenly began to flow into the mixer.
Oh, man.
She was boiled alive in caramel.
It's horrible.
By the way, I'll be doing my caramel apples later on this month.
Caramel?
Caramel apples.
Caramel?
Or caramel?
It's caramel apples, and they are caramels that you make out of caramel.
I was going to say, we had this discussion once before, and I just can't remember.
I think that's the way it goes.
What's proper?
1 in 3 in 4 Utahns, rather, in a recent poll say they support legalizing marijuana.
Yay.
Medical marijuana.
Oh, wow.
The new survey finds
It's a start, Carrie.
75%. Camel's nose. That's exactly right.
Caramel's nose.
This
yes.
is why we shouldn't do it. New study shows 75% of Utah voters either strongly or somewhat support the proposed initiative for medical marijuana, all but mirroring a July poll that had 77%. The latest poll found that some 93% of the state's Democrats support legalization, compared to a smaller majority, but a majority nonetheless, of Republicans. 65% of Republicans back the legalization of medical marijuana.
Really?
I just want to get some marijuana gummies for Daddy Tom and his MS. That's all. He deserves them.
I know they are available.
Well, he should be able to get them easier than he does.
In neighboring states.
Not saying that he does. But
No, you're not, are you? No, you didn't say that at all.
I wish they were available here so he could take advantage of it.
Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill on Tuesday condemned what he said was the Republican Party's attempt to politicize former recorder Gary Ott's death after the leader of the county party called for Sim Gill's resignation. His office has been investigating allegations that Gary Ott, who died, I don't even think they've had his funeral yet, was subjected to elder abuse at the hands of former staffers, an investigation that remained ongoing when Ott died last week. We're not going to be held hostage by the county Republican Party because they want charges to be filed, Gill said. That's why we're an independent office. If we have evidence, we will file a charge. If we don't, we won't. We're still investigating. He's being, as he always is, Sim Gill, always very cautious and very careful about these things. Jeff Flake, Arizona Republican, who's tangled with President Trump for a number of months, announced yesterday he's not going to seek re-election. He was there was some doubt whether he was going to be re-elected in Arizona. He said he won't seek re-election in 2018, and then he just blistered Trump on the Senate floor in a speech. If you listen to it, you'll be very familiar with the cadence of his voice. It sounds like a talk at a conference, LDS General Conference. The reason for that is that Jeff Flake is, in fact, a Mormon. And,
I wondered why. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Why are the people that are standing up saying Trump's horrible only the ones that are leaving?
Why do you think?
But don't we need people actually in office that are willing to stand up?
We do.
But they're not in office to do the right thing by the people. They're in office to get reelected again and again. They're not interested in doing the job well. They just want to keep the job.
If enough of these, if enough of this keeps happening, I think what you're just seeing here, though, is truly the dissolution of the Republican Party. It's really falling apart.
I hope you're right.
It's falling apart badly, and
but what's going to replace it? The Tea Party? That could be even worse.
It's the Trump Party now. I mean, it really is the Trump Party now.
All right, a quick trip of lectures in the news. Here we go. Leon, this guy, you won't know his name. I'm not even sure this is how you pronounce it. Leon Wieseltier, or Wieseltier. He has, for many years, been very prominent as the editor of the New Republic magazine for 30 years. And he was preparing to start a brand new magazine next week. That's off. He has apologized for years of abusing employees at the New Republic. Those allegations came to light. Laureen Powell Jobs, a leading philanthropist whose profit organization Emerson Collective was backing his new magazine, decided to pull the plug on it because he has said, yes, it's true, I have been sexually abusing people. Celebrity chef, well, kind of celebrity chef, high-profile New Orleans restaurateur and chef John Besh, stepping down from the company he founded and co-owns after more than 24 female employees reported facing sexual harassment there in his restaurant group in New Orleans. It goes on. Even George H.W. Bush.
Come on. I don't believe this one.
A television actress has accused former President George H.W. Bush of touching her from behind while she was posing for a photo alongside him and telling her a dirty joke. People magazine reports Heather Lind said in a now-deleted Instagram post that the incident took place while she was posing for a photo with the elder Bush during a promotional tour for her AMC series Turn Washington Spies. Lind appears alongside the 93-year-old Bush, or appeared alongside him, who was seated in a wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair. He puts his hand around her, take a picture.
She claims he groped her behind. Then when she turned around a few minutes later, he winked at her and then told her a dirty joke. What is unbelievable about that? What? And then Woody Allen, his new film, which may or may not be released, apparently features a sex scene between a 44-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's probably not
a good idea. Now, it's...
well, you know what they say, it's right what you know.
It's Jude Law and Elle Fanning, I believe. It's a story about she in the film. She convinces Law that she's 21 years old. After learning of his infidelity, Elle Fanning asks Law, "Were all these women for pleasure, or were you just researching a project?" Okay, and then finally, Mark Wahlberg. Now, this is not a story of lechery. Mark Wahlberg wants God's forgiveness. He says, I hope God will forgive me because I played a porn star in the film Boogie Nights.
You weren't an actual porn star, Mark.
He was Dirk Diggler.
God knows you're not a porn star.
He played Dirk Diggler. God is a movie fan and is also forgiving, said
Is he?
Wahlberg. Yeah.
He's a movie
God
fan.
spends a lot of time watching movies.
He says that...
with all the other things he's got
all
going.
the sports he's got to do, remember? He's
Yeah.
got to...
Listen, I think he ought to ask God why he was cursed with a third nipple. That's what I think.
Cursed or blessed, Bill? It's
Well, I guess glass half full. Yeah. Why would he's getting extra Catholic these days? I mean, he's always been a Catholic, but he's getting extra Catholic-y, and he thinks that this is a good thing for him to say. He's just he's not very smart.
No.
All right.
Sports?
Besides, God's being too busy, messing with Bill O'Reilly. So
yeah, I've been picking on Bill O'Reilly. I
Yeah.
don't care about you.
It's time to head to the Black Diamond store for their annual fall sale and swap. Sale starts Friday, October 27th, runs through Sunday the 29th. Black Diamond store, 2092 East, 39 South. First game of the World Series in a sizzling, heat-stroked opener goes to the Dodgers 3-1.
Yay!
Jazz lost in L.A. 102-84 to the Clippers. They play the Phoenix Suns tonight at 8 o'clock. That's your sports. Weather, it is not scorching here. It's pleasant. It's lovely. It's 68 and sunny. Traffic, let's see. We did have a friend of the program text in. Eastbound SR 201 left side of the road. Truck hit a deer. Incident management on the scene. Thanks for sending that in. And that's the only incident being reported so far, but we want you to focus on the road. Sean Hogan and Everest Collision want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
All right.
Things That Must Go brought to you by Black Turtle. They're hiring full and part-time customer service representatives, competitive pay, including health and welfare benefits. If you're remarkable, go to Black Turtle online today at jointheturtle.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that you just can't take anymore. You want them out of your life as quickly as possible. You send them to us. radiofromhell@x96.com. Put "must go" in the subject line, and then hopefully, if we mention it on the radio, it'll disappear magically from your life, or at least it'll make you feel better. You've gotten it off your chest. Who wants to start today?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
First one is one of mine. Pizza bra must go.
Wait a minute.
Pizza bra.
Let me explain.
It's not a bra made of pizza, I assume.
So, bras are hard to clean if you're doing it right. You have to either wash them by hand or delicate, and then you hang them up. And so once they're clean, you want to get a few wears out of them before you wear them again.
You mean it's not like underwear?
No.
Underpants. You
No.
wear those. I only wear those 3 or 4 days.
I mean, like if you work out, you put a sports bra on, and that one's not. But your like daily bra,
Okay.
you want to wear it a few days.
Right.
So my bra was clean, but I went to a pizza restaurant
What for?
for pizza.
Okay.
And so you take it off and it smells like pizza, but it's clean, but it smells like pizza. And you're like, do I wear the pizza smelling bra even though I know it's clean?
I know. Just hang it up outside for a couple hours. It'll.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang my bra up outside.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure no one will steal it.
What are you afraid?
It's going to be the house with the bras hanging up outside.
We'll do it discreetly somewhere.
It's just
on the patio.
under the patio.
you're getting dressed in the
Something.
morning going, oh, my bra smells like pizza.
Hey, pizza bra.
It's a perfectly clean bra.
right.
So that's mine. This from Allison, Las Vegas, friend of the program. I'm listening to Friday's podcast right now and was reminded, Katie, for short, listen up on this. I'm reminded how much the interns doing the podcast must go. 50 minutes in, you guys are winding up the best question about what millennials should know about the historical pop culture. Carrie mentioned the Beatles, and Bill said, and what you need to know is... And then the intern cuts it off in the mid-sentence. Please listen and cut off your best ofs at the end of a sentence so we're not left hanging. Let's see, this from Miranda. Online comment sections must go.
Amen.
I'm a professional photographer. I have several clients who love my work. Most have always given me positive feedback. Recently, I posted an online photography education forum. made up of fellow photographers asking for constructive critique of a recent photo shoot. It's to help improve and grow, supposedly. Well, 70-plus comments ensued of the worst, most condescending kind. I asked for constructive critique, not a dozen strangers essing on my work. It seriously damaged my self-esteem and made me want to quit.
Yeah.
Sincerely, Miranda. P.S. Jeannie, you're my hero, and I'm seriously jealous of your murder blanket. It sounds divine. It is divine. Don't get the gravity blanket. That's the really expensive one. Just get the Bed Bath & Beyond one.
Ask for murder blanket by name.
We call it the MB. All right, I'll go next. Let's see this one. Oh, I got one of my own. I'm reminded of this every morning, too. Mirrors in elevators. There is no, just don't do it.
No.
I hate getting on our elevators every morning, and I have to ride only one floor, and I have to keep my head down so I don't see myself in the mirrors.
You need it in the elevator, most of all in the elevator, because you're getting off the elevator to go to a meeting, and you got to make sure you don't have a booger or something.
No mirrors in elevators. I don't need that reminder every morning. This one from, feel free to use my name. My must go today is is the usage of AM to mean morning and PM to mean night or evening, particularly in business communication, but also in texts and other emails. Oh, so here's what he's complaining about.
All right.
For example, quote, I'm going to meet with the client this AM. Or, what would you like for dinner this PM?
Oh, I see.
You would never say that in your actual speech, so why are you typing it? It sounds so stupid, and it just shows how lazy you are.
Okay.
It must go. Thanks for letting me listen. Phil, P.S. I don't like mirrors in elevators either. And then this one, please don't use my name. Good morning, lords and lady. Here is my thing that must go. Several weeks ago, I sent in a thing that must go about my coworker who coughs all day and does not cover her mouth. It did not go.
Oh.
It continues.
We need to try again.
Maybe if Bill growls and pounds his fist on the table while cursing her about coughing, it'll finally go. Here goes nothing. It's worth a try. Thanks for making my morning great. Love you guys. P.S. I don't like mirrors in elevator. How did this either?
Amazing how that happened. Back to Pizza Bra.
Yeah.
Well, Febreze, first of all.
Yeah.
But a little thing that must go now that you mention it is restaurants who don't have proper venting.
And you just smell when you come out of there.
And there are restaurants I won't go to that I would like to go to, but they haven't invested, and I know it's a big cost, in proper fan ventilation, you know? So, yeah, there are some restaurants I won't go to because
you come home smelling like it.
Smelling like the place. So think about that. Let's see. This one from Please Don't Use My Name. When I buy 2 dog bones or 2 dog toys for both dogs, the one small min pin thinks everything is hers, and she thinks we live in her house. And her being mean to my dog, who is bigger than the min pin, but my border collie mix is scared of everything, even her own shadow. I want to get some dog training.
Dog bullies.
Dog bullies. Yeah. After receiving a call from your credit card company, they give the reason for the call, and after everything is handled, at the end of the call, they say, is there anything else I can help you with? You called me. All right. My brother/roommate using the kitchen as storage. He puts his jacket on the seats, shoes on the table, and so forth.
No shoes on the table. No.
This is a kitchen, not a storage unit. And really, shoes on the table?
No.
Gross. It's where we eat. And then finally, going to my sister's baby blessing and or my friend's mission farewell, and the flock wants to talk to me.
Nope.
Or get me to investigate and, engage and all that. No, thank you. I'm not now. Some of us are slow learners. I'm here to support my sister and my friends. That is all. Thank you for letting me listen. Geek Show says, hey, and make mine a double and ram tough. All right. This one from Allison. Thing that must go has to do with the TSA pre-check. I paid my $85 and went through the background check process to be able to use the TSA pre-check lines. What must go is the fact that random people are getting pre-check stamped on their tickets and being allowed in the pre-check line.
They let some people in.
The lines are getting longer. and ending up with people that are novice travelers. Do I have to take my shoes off? Oh, what do you mean I have to throw my bottle of soda away? People with children and animals must go from the TSA pre-check line. Yesterday, I got stuck behind a lady carrying a dog and trying to take off her jacket while not dropping the dog. She then finally made it to the metal detector, and her boots set it off. At least 5 of us managed to get around her while she dealt with her shoes. And men, you know you're going through the metal detector. Clean out the $100 worth of change from your pockets before you get there. A few days ago, I saw a guy needed 2 bowls for all the crap in his pockets. TSA pre-check is for people who can put their bags on the belt and get out of the way.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, stick to the regular security line.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me listen.
Things that must go on the radio.
Traffic lights are in the flash mode. North Temple 9th West. Treat that as a 4-way stop. Crash eastbound 201 freeway before 7200 West. Emergency vehicles are on the left side of the freeway blocking traffic through Magna. That's traffic.
I wonder how many people are changing their computer passwords to Pizza Bra today.
Coming up in just a minute, we're going to give away tickets to Disney on Ice. I was just talking to the nice people at Shamrock Plumbing.
You were?
Yeah. And Shamrock Plumbing, they have they do this every year. They support the they have a Mayan Miracle Day of the Dead 5K run, and this helps villagers in the Yucatan Peninsula. So Shamrock sponsors this run, and then the proceeds go down to the Yucatan. To help.
That's nice.
So the 5K is how you can help. It's the Saturday, the 28th. That's this Saturday, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the Legacy Event Center in Farmington. To join the race, go to MMF for Mayan Miracle, Foundation, mmf.org, and click on the Day of the Dead logo there and do that with Shamrock Plumbing. They're really nice folks. Just quickly, they have a new water softener system. They want to put it in your house, 30 days, free trial. If you don't like it, no charge. They'll come and take it back out.
Oh, you won't call them. You'll like it.
Yeah, you can go to shamrockplumbing.net or call them 801-295-1690.
With all the crap that's going on in the world today, I think we should just go bowling.
Well, it just so happens we're having our Halloween bowling mixer Monday, October 30th at Fat Cats in Salt Lake.
Put on a costume, or don't put on a costume, and join us Monday, October 30th at Fat Cats, 3739 South, 900 East, from 6 to 8 p.m. It's just $9.63 for unlimited bowling, including your shoes and Glow Golf, too.
Bring a date or the whole family. Fat Cats will be having their annual trunk or treat with lots of candy and a costume raffle to win a Nintendo Switch, with proceeds going to a local charity.
I think there'll be beer and pizza, too. Standard prerequisites for a night of bowling.
Hope to see you there. You can find out more details at x96.com.
I was going to mention this article a little bit more.
Oh, okay. This is the Tribune article?
Yeah, this guy calls me. And that's why, I don't know what Richie expected. He calls me, he asks for some quotes. Mm-hmm. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is see if he got the quotes right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always do? If you're being quoted
I don't want to be
paper?
misquoted.
No.
I might come off looking stupid.
I'm just concerned my name's spelled right.
It is. And I was quoted correctly. I don't know about you, because you haven't looked yet.
I was rambling. I was doing my dishes when he called, so I had him on my jawbone,
I was...
You in the bathroom?
No, I was at Liberty Park putting my kids on the Ferris wheel and the little, all the little death trap rides that are over there at Liberty Park. The little injury-inducing ride. I cut myself on this!
Really?
Allred, in referencing his 5,000th episode on the Radio from Hell program, was quoted as saying, "You little jerk, get on that ride!"
You're bringing the little jerks tonight, right?
Yeah. But the quote, this dawned on me. This was, I think one of the more brilliant observations I've ever had. The reporter from the Salt Lake Tribune asked me, so why do you think your show has been on so long? why has it lasted 5,000 episodes when other morning shows and radio shows have come and gone? Some appear and go quickly, some are there for a while, but they disappear. Why have you guys lasted 5,000 episodes? And I said, well, it seems pretty simple to me. It's because nobody ever fired us. Really? I mean, isn't that he kind of paused and he said, well, I guess that is true, isn't it?
Well, but we were fired.
Doesn't mean it's good. We just weren't fired.
We were fired once.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we were fired once.
Yeah.
No, you weren't fired. You could have stayed. You two could have kept doing the show.
No, he was told he would be fired if he didn't sign the contract.
That's what I mean. If you had signed the contract,
I was fired. I was fired because I wanted to be fired. I don't
different.
count that as really being fired. I was fired because I really, really wanted to be fired in the long run. I wasn't going to sign.
You could have kept your job if you wanted.
Yeah.
You signed the contract. You keep your job.
I wasn't going to sign a contract with those people, and I said to myself, if they fire me, I'll get unemployment. So yeah, that's what I want. I wanted to be fired.
So you were fired.
Yeah, but nobody's ever really fired.
Like I said,
fired
you
us.
suck. I don't want you to work here anymore. Get out.
Technically, I've been fired. You were never fired.
I've been fired many, many times. Oh, you mean from that
not
job?
From this show.
Yeah,
but not from this show.
From the show. You've never been fired from this show.
Not from this show, no.
No.
Well, that's where it matters.
No. Never been fired from this show. And I was fired kind of by design, so I don't count that.
Gina, Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 7:04.
We have a giveaway here.
Do you want to do it right now, or do you want to wait till the end?
It's your choice, Bill. All right.
Let's wait till the end.
Okay.
End of the break. Disney,
Well, don't
Disney
forget.
on Ice.
Okay.
Don't forget.
So, couple of things. First of all, George H.W. Bush, the elder Bush, who's been accused of kind of groping this young actress about 4 years ago it was, he's apologized. He said, I through a spokesperson, he said,
He said, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
He said, sorry I made you uncomfortable. My attempt at humor.
Yeah. I don't think he's a dirty old man. I don't think.
I think his humor was he was being a dirty old man. He was. He was, and apparently his wife was standing there and rolled her eyes when he did it and went, "Oh God, don't do," like. So I think he did it, and he said, "I'm sorry, I was trying to be funny, but I probably came off like a lech." Is basically what it was. And then yesterday, the three of us went to lunch at. I just wanted to mention this quickly because it was so nice. We went to lunch at a place called Laziz Cafe.
I'm still full.
It's
I ate too much for lunch.
It's down on 9th South, Harvey Milk Boulevard, 9th South, and it's it's right there where the track station is.
4th West.
Yeah, it's about 4th West.
And that little area is there is just growing and exploding.
Mediterranean is there. There's the Jade Market there. A bunch of other stuff. That coffee place is there. The Blue Copper Coffee.
You might not know. It's a whole new renovated area.
But I just wanted to mention it mainly because, first of all, the waitress, Katie, I think that was her name, she was just like so nice and great.
Big friend of the program.
Yeah, and just did a great job. And then the place is owned by Moody Sebedeh. Is that how you say his last name?
I think so, yeah.
And he's Lebanese, and some of you may know him. He and his partner, Derek. Husband,
please.
Derek Kitchen, who's a city councilman, Salt Lake City councilman. Moody runs the restaurant, and he is really one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to in my life. I did an interview with him and Derek. God, it was a couple of years ago, I guess, and it's still available on the Let's Go Eat Show website, theletsgoeatshow.com. You should be able to find it. So, and he was just so nice, and the food was just great.
It was really good. Did he teach you how to make the coffee, though?
No, that coffee.
Arabic coffee?
It's Lebanese kind of coffee, Middle Eastern coffee, and they boil it, and then it comes in a big urn, and you pour it in these little cups, and whoa.
You said you were feeling it.
Coffee.
And you drink a lot of coffee.
I love this Mill Creek coffee, and it just gives me kind of a nice, even day. Mill Creek coffee does. But this coffee from there, Laziz, it was just like,
boom.
Ha! What? And I haven't had that kind of boost in a long time. It's really good.
Great. You should go there for lunch today.
Yeah, Laziz.
Great food.
So, and then now our friend and former intern Dick Clark is here. And I don't know. I guess some people thought you were dying or something. What?
Yeah, well, at least our attorney did.
So you started doing. Why did you start doing this on Twitter? You started this big long thread of being grateful to people.
I did. I follow Lena Dunham, and Lena had tweeted earlier something to the effect of just, we don't really recognize like the good that our friends do as often as we should. Like, especially on a platform like Twitter, it seems like everybody just waits for that somebody to say something strong enough to piss us off, and then we just, we go after them. Yeah, it's a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
So
like your reaction to Jeff Flake. But
yeah,
we won't go into that.
Yeah, you and I can argue about that more off air. No, but she mentioned that, and I was sitting there thinking about it, and just decided to take a minute and thank some people that I've met on Twitter, because I really have met a lot of amazing people through that platform.
Now,
and you've met them in person.
Have you met them all? Yeah. All those people that you express gratitude?
Yes.
It was a gratitude thing.
It was.
So you've met all of those people that you express the gratitude to?
Yep. Yeah, through, like I mentioned last time, Ed and I kind of started a charity / get-together website, and we've tried to get together and focus on a different charity every month, but then just kind of meet each other offline. And yeah, everybody that I've met on there have been absolutely wonderful.
That's an interesting concept to do that. I was looking at my Twitter feed yesterday at RFHBill, and I was shocked to see there are 11,000 people following me on Twitter. I didn't buy any of those, and
All organic followers.
Yeah, and I thought, well, it would be interesting. It would take some time, but it would be interesting to go through that list and find the people that I've really connected with on a personal level, either in person or at least on Twitter or through email, and kind of give each each one of them a nod. Wouldn't that be an interesting project? I wonder if it.
Go right ahead and do that.
Would I get tired of that?
11,000
that's a lot.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
And to be honest, like, because I was going, and it took me, 30, 45 minutes to do that thread, and then I realized that I had left off, like, a couple of really key people, and so I started feeling bad.
So it took you 45 minutes to do, I think there were 8 or 10 or something.
Well, because I was trying to make them personal, and plus I was doing it on my phone, so my thumbs started getting cramped up, and I was just kind of like, well.
But the general idea, I think, is nice that Lena started, and Twitter can be a nasty place.
It can be,
and I love it. I'm kind of addicted to it.
Well, and anyone that follows me knows that I'm not one to shy away from the nasty. So,
and we also know that you're addicted to it as well.
Well, that's a different story.
But yeah, throw something nice on there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it might be. I mean, I think that's a nice thing to do, and maybe everybody should give it a try. I guess I probably couldn't do all of them, but go through and find people and just say, I really appreciate what you've contributed and.
Well, and I end capped it. I'll end capped it with this too. But I mean, in all sincerity, you three, I appreciate everything you do, not just on the radio, but I mean, you have put up with me for decades. And,
There's nothing to put up with.
You're a good guy. You guys are awesome. And
that's why I brought this whole thing up, because I was hoping you'd get to that and say
exactly.
that.
And especially you, Bill. I love you very much.
Thank you, Dick.
He's your favorite. Tell him he's your favorite.
Just tell me that. Just tell me.
Gina, you're my favorite.
What?
Wait, I mean, Bill.
Bill, you could start with just being nice to people you actually work with here. You could start with.
Where's the fun in that? Really.
Actually, there's a real easy way that you can do that. And that is when you read a post from somebody, like the post. That's all you need to do. Or retweet it. You don't need to reach out personally.
Or respond.
Yeah.
You just let them know that you saw and liked it.
Is that? I mean,
that's
and
enough.
I do that. I mean, when I see something that I like, I like it, and I don't necessarily respond. Do people take it that way?
Absolutely.
All right.
I still remember the time Patton Oswalt liked one of my tweets. That was 5 years ago, and was one of my best days.
Gina, you might just take a second to thank me for all of the likes I've given you, but no.
You're not Patton. We have a quick
my point exactly.
We have a giveaway. Believing is just the beginning when Disney on Ice presents Dream Big skates into the newly renovated Vivint Smart Home Arena November 16th through the 19th. Enter a world where adventure is waiting with Disney favorites like Tinkerbell, Ariel, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, Tiana, Belle, Jasmine, Anna, Elsa, Olaf, live on the ice. Tickets for opening night start at just $10. You can go to x96.com for more details, or you could win some from us right now, 877-602-9696.
Just a random caller?
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Excellent.
Let's see. Do you have traffic or boners? Who's first?
I got boners of the day coming up here. They are boner candidate number 1. Steven Seagal in the performance of a lifetime. Boner candidate number 2 is that me on the video? Well, I'll be darned, that is me. And boner candidate number 3, mess with my daughter, will ya?
Crash eastbound 114 South 20th West in South Jordan. The right lane is closed there. Crash eastbound SR 201 78th West in Salt Lake. Looks like that is about it. Unless you want to send us something, you do that by texting it to us. Oh, here's one from a texter. Layton Antelope Drive Bridge over I-15 covered in emergency vehicles. Lots of flashing lights. Thank you for that. You sent that into 33986. Traffic is brought to you by Join the Snowbird Team this winter. Stop by one of the upcoming recruiting events on November 1st, 7th, and 15th, or apply online at snowbird.com.
Well, darn it, we were just going to tell you more about that.
Well, not darn it, just add on.
I mean, gosh darn it. I mean that in a positive gosh darn it way. How they say that.
Well, looky here.
Looky, we got, so the fall getaway at Snowbird, need a weekend escape. Stay at Snowbird with the Fall Getaway package, starting at just $139 per room, and that includes lodging and a $50 gift card per night of stay. Visit snowbird.com for details. And also, Customer Appreciation Day. You need to know about that. Snowbird is hosting 2 weekends of its annual Customer Appreciation Day Come up to the resort this weekend or next weekend. Let's see. No, it's, I'm sorry, it's just this coming weekend now, the 28th and 29th, right? So, yeah, the 28th and 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and enjoy a complimentary aerial tram ride with a donation of 3 cans of food for the food bank or a $6 donation to the Wasatch Adaptive Sports program.
Well, that's easy.
It's a beautiful time of year to go up.
Yeah, so this weekend do it. And remember, ski season scheduled to start at Snowbird on November 22nd. Go to snowbird.com for all the details. Hi, everybody. This is Bill, and I'm really good at only 2 things, eating and talking. That's why I started the Let's Go Eat Show. Every week I sit down for a meal with a different person, and we discuss different things. It's that simple. Find us on iTunes, the Google Play Store, or at theletsgoeatshow.com.
Do we still have popcorn in the building?
Yeah, why?
Because we should get rid of it all.
This might be the evidence that we have some. I'm eating it. God, you're a genius. You should be a detective.
Everybody knows you're eating it. Can we get rid of all the popcorn in the building so Bill doesn't eat it on the air anymore?
I'm attempting to get rid of it right now. I'm eating it.
But the fact that you have a small bowl of it tells me there's a bigger bag of it on your desk, and we'll be enjoying this
There
for
are
weeks to
3
come.
big bags of it on my desk.
Mm-hmm. You know,
and don't worry yourself about it. It's fine.
If you would hurry and eat it, then he wouldn't be able to.
I need to take care of it.
You need to take some initiative.
She
here.
won't touch any of it.
I will.
No, this is Thai curry coconut. She
Yeah,
won't
no,
touch
I
it.
won't eat that one.
And then there's white cheddar pepper.
No, I
she
won't.
won't touch that.
Nope.
And then there's seaweed.
No,
she won't touch that either.
I like the rosemary truffle one.
It's gone.
Yeah, it was the first to go.
Because it's the best.
Because it's the best.
No, it's the only one you'll eat. Does not mean it's the best.
If it's gone, it's the best.
The Thai curry coconut is the best.
Is that what you have
It's good
there?
too.
Yeah.
So weeks and weeks we'll be enjoying.
No, I'm taking it home today.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about it. I'll take it home.
Okay, good.
And
yeah.
you don't have to call attention to it.
No, I don't, because everybody can tell.
No,
And that's really why he wanted to get off the phone. He has a phobia about hearing people eating.
Oh, they couldn't tell.
They could.
No,
Yes,
they can't
yes, they
tell.
can.
You cannot tell. But I'm eating popcorn on the air right now.
No.
There is no way you can tell. I'm a professional and I know how to do it. I am a professional radio personality who knows.
I was going to say,
Now, if it was TV.
Half of that sentence is true.
If it was TV, you could tell because you'd see me doing
I
it.
think Dan Raccoon has stories of news anchors eating.
I bet he doesn't.
Listen, I've seen Dan Raccoon pick his teeth while doing a news story.
On a live shot?
Yeah. Standing there with a toothpick going, well, tonight's news.
Tropos tweets, I hope that someday I can win a prize and have Bill ask me questions with a mouthful of popcorn.
Listen, these are our friends. You eat popcorn with friends. These are all our friends.
It just is going to make people hungry. That's what it does.
I am hungry now, actually. Talking about all
Well,
this.
the popcorn, there's
Thai curry.
on his desk.
Thai curry coconut.
X96.
All right.
Was it ever disclosed how much money Casey Affleck paid to settle?
I never heard.
Settle all of that stuff, whatever it was.
I only heard,
let me look.
I only heard the accusations. I didn't hear that he
I
settled.
don't know if he did.
Was it? I believe he did. Was it against a girlfriend or just somebody in general? I can't remember the details. I was just thinking about that. But I know he paid a certain amount of money. I'm pretty sure he did too. You can't find it? No? Yes? No?
The only settlement is to his wife who divorced him after all that happened. I don't think he paid a settlement to anybody.
I don't think he's even saying that anything happened
No,
improperly.
I don't think he admitted any.
All right. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Which of these 3 is the worst? Which of these 3 is the best example of what boner of the day could be? Now, if it wins here, it does not mean that it will be boner of the day. It has to go forward to face the winner of round 2 in boner fight, and that's a whole thing later in the show. We'll get to round 2 at 8:20, but pick one of these 3 to be contender for boner of the day. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news, and once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive what?
Fat Cat's gift card. You can join us on Monday for our mixer 6 to 8. It's a family friendly. You don't have to register. Bowling, trunk or treating. And I was wrong. Casey Affleck settled 2. So
Yeah,
he did.
I thought so. Yeah. And with undisclosed amount of money though.
$2 million and $2.5 million.
2 different ones. Yeah. I was pretty sure. Yeah. All right. Here's boner candidate number 1. Steven Seagal in the performance of a lifetime. A recording has surfaced of Steven Seagal calling female reporters a number of disturbing names. The recording, obtained by the Daily Mail TV, is of an interview with Seagal in which he talks about doing press work for his movie Above the Law in 1988.
It's a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I found that, interestingly enough, the few times that I had a hard time, it was usually with women, the actor can be heard saying in the recording. When somebody is on tour, a promotional tour, he's there to talk about his film, not about who he's sleeping with or who he would like to sleep with, except he used the F word, or who was his wife 10 years ago. Seagal then continued. They should, meaning the female reporters, they should go into pornography or something else instead of journalism if they want to hear that S. They're a bunch of A blank, blank, blank holes. The person interviewing Mr. Seagal then asked him, you think it's because of the subject matter? Most women just don't like action pictures. Seagal responded by telling the interviewer, I won't even dare tell you what I think it is. One time I'm sure that's what it was, and another time it was just some dumb C word that is a liar and wants to be sensational. He went on and on and on in this vein, on tape. Steven Seagal, he called the female reporters dirty whores as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Steven Seagal in the performance of a lifetime. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Is that me on the video? Well, oh, Pete darn, that is me. A sheriff's deputy in Florida who was caught on home surveillance video last month stealing from a recently deceased man was arrested on Thursday. Deputy Jason Cook of the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office was charged with burglary and grand theft with a firearm. He was released on house arrest after paying bond. Mr. Cook is accused of robbing a house that belonged to Mo Rossoff, an 85-year-old man who had injured himself in a blackout during Hurricane Irma and later died. Mr. Rossoff's family had reportedly asked detectives, or authorities rather, to do a welfare check on their father, who was braving the storm alone. 3 deputies found the old man on the floor, brought him to the hospital where he died. Unbeknownst to the suspect, Deputy Cook, surveillance cameras at the house turned on when he entered. The family later saw the video and then turned it over to the police. This was in September 20th.
Okay.
The police went on and on and on, didn't do anything about it. This just went on, and the family's starting to say, okay, so it's a police officer and you guys aren't following this up. And they started making a lot of noise about it.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the police in the town. Finally, there's
there's video x96.com/live.
Yeah. Oh, it's from a Nest camera. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Those work really well. Look at that.
Yeah, and it's clearly dark in the house because he's got his flashlight out.
That cop is just going through everything, and he stole
Find
jewelry.
anything good?
Yeah, he stole jewelry and money, and he denied doing it.
Well, we have you on camera.
And then they showed him the video, and he said, "What? Wait, is that?" Well, I'll be darned. That is me on the video. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, and I think we may have video of this one too. It's Mess With My Daughter, Will Ya?
Boner candidate for round 1, number 3, coming up after this big boy news. News now brought to you by
the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center, featuring authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
Oh, this is really so cute. It is so damn cute. You know, Fiona, the baby hippo.
So cute, Fiona.
Well, did you see this?
What?
A couple who got engaged at the Cincinnati Zoo earlier this month posted photos on social media after capturing an adorable photo bomb. It really is cute. I don't know if we have the picture or not at x96.com/live.
Because Fiona's a baby. She's
Nick
a
Kelby,
baby hippo.
Yeah, that's why Fiona the baby hippo.
I'm just accentuating for the sake of a visual.
When Nick Kelby dropped to his knee while proposing to Haley Roll at the Hippo Cove section.
Hippo Cove.
Fiona the hippo was there to witness the event. You've got to see this picture. Roll, who was a radiological technologist at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, posted the photo on her Instagram page.
There we go.
We got it at x96.com/live. See Fiona down there in the corner?
Hi.
And she's smiling.
What are you doing?
It looks like the baby hippo is smiling.
Are you proposing to that lady?
She's under the...
She should say yes.
She's under the water there, and there's Fiona, and they say we're so proud and happy that Fiona could be there.
Well, you know,
on our special day.
Their first baby, they need to name Fiona. They really do.
Yeah, and then explain to the child, you're named after a hippo.
At the zoo, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Hope that kid doesn't have any weight problems at all his entire life.
No, I've told this story before, but the hippo up at the Hogle Zoo, I don't know if they still have that particular hippo who does this, but and I asked one of the zookeepers about this because I'd seen the hippo do it twice in 2 different occasions. And I asked the zookeeper and said, oh, no, he or she.
The hippo.
That hippo knows exactly what it's doing.
He's a rascal.
He would stand with his butt, I think it was a female as I recall, to the crowd, and then start pooping. And it was kind of liquidy.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
All right, it's breakfast time,
and then the hippo would twirl
its
tail so that it would fling this liquid feces out over the crowd. It was now I never got hit by it, but a lot of people did, but the zookeeper said, "Oh no, that animal knows exactly what it's doing
on purpose."
Yeah. The ongoing legal battle stemming from the events depicted in Netflix's Making a Murderer has a new wrinkle. Stephen Avery has, I guess, a new lawyer. Her name is Kathleen Zellner, and she's filed a motion asking the court to reconsider its stance on the basis of some new and compelling evidence, she says. Earlier this month, the court struck down Zellner's attempt to secure a retrial for Mr. Avery, saying the defense had failed to establish any grounds for a new trial. But Ms. Zellner says she now has some evidence that should establish grounds for another trial for Avery. Avery, of course, being accused of and convicted of murdering a female photographer some years ago.
Because he totally did it.
And if you've seen the show Making a Murderer, it's interesting, I have not. You guys have seen it, and I haven't. The follow up to it there where they talk about how that was made, and they left some key things out, which
they cherry picked their. They went in making that with wanting a certain outcome, and they cherry picked their information.
But I do think it's interesting that even whether he did it or not, I thought what that documentary showed, as I thought more about it though, was some really just bad
Absolutely.
bad
Sure.
holes in the legal system in where
Well, yeah, there is that.
That's the
my
larger
God.
story. for
Incompetent, bad defense, bad prosecution. It was just horrible all the way around.
That is the larger story, but then the other thing that it taught me is that you need to know who's making your documentaries. Because I've had so many people recommend documentaries to me, and if you look at who's producing it, they have an agenda.
Sure.
You know, so they have a story that they
go in.
They
wanting
want. This is it. You know, they're by no means, you know, objective.
Well, I mean,
so remember that when you watch a documentary.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean some are more straightforward than others, certainly, but almost everything has a point of view.
Mm-hmm.
The Hillary Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee apparently helped pay for the research behind a secret dossier on Donald Trump and his alleged ties to Russia during the 2016 presidential election, and, of course, to that tape that people say is available or somewhere, the PP tape, Donald Trump and hookers in a hotel in Moscow. The outlet, citing unnamed sources familiar with the dossier's funding, said Mark Elias, a lawyer representing the Clinton campaign, told the DNC hired the firm Fusion GPS to conduct the opposition research. Fusion, in turn, hired Christopher Steele. Christopher Steele, not a porn star, former British intelligence officer who provided this dossier on Donald Trump.
Well, but it started out as Republican opposition research.
Right.
A Republican candidate who we don't know.
And they dropped it.
And as soon as he got the nomination, the Republican candidate dropped it, and that's when they called up the DNC and said, we'll take a look at it.
Now, opposition research is very common in politics.
Yes. Ask Donald Trump Jr. He's a fan of it.
Yeah, President Trump's son, Don Jr., came under fire this summer after the New York Times reported that he met with a Kremlin-connected Russian lawyer who promised to give him damaging information about Clinton.
And you remember
opposition research.
And you remember Trump himself said, it's opposition research. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
When talking about Don Jr. So I would just say to anybody who says, well, the DNC, I'd say, opposition. Your own president said it. You know?
So a tiny Montana company and this little Montana company is in Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke's hometown, has somehow managed to get a $300 million contract to help restore electrical power in Puerto Rico.
Well, they must be very good at restoring electrical power.
Whitefish Energy, which only had 2 employees when Hurricane Maria slammed into Puerto Rico.
Really?
Now has 280 employees on the island,
Really?
the majority of whom are subcontractors. The contract with the Puerto Rico Electrical Power Authority is the largest issued so far in the relief effort.
Halliburton, anybody?
They decided to hire Whitefish instead of activating mutual. Well, Halliburton could have done a good job.
They could. They were a big company, but
I would have hired Halliburton.
Still, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Is that suspicious?
Well, let's take a look at the outcome. 80% still no power on the island.
They just started working on it apparently just
now.
Recently.
Okay,
well, let's see how they do.
That's even worse almost.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Well,
yes.
And I hate to say it, but she looks like her father, which is not a compliment.
Oh,
she does. So she said in a White House press briefing, I have said this many times before. I would not use the Washington Post as my source, she said at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time after a questioner cited the newspaper. And then she further chastised the questioner at the press conference. You should know better than that, using the Washington Post as your source. Later that day, on Twitter.
Not even that longer.
I think it was 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours later. She used the Washington Post as a source in a tweet about the latest revelations on the Christopher Steele dossier that we were just talking about.
Because they want to make that the scandal, not the dossier itself, which about half of it is proven to be factual. That's not the scandal. They want you to think that the DNC paying for this dossier is the scandal.
Yes, there's a P tape, but they paid for the P tape.
Utah Senator Orrin Hatch will host Ivanka Trump for a briefing on human trafficking here in Utah Wednesday.
What the hell does she know about that?
She was almost humanly trafficked. No, according to a press release by Senator Hatch, the briefing will include a number of senators and Operation Underground Railroad CEO Tim Ballard, who we've had here in the studio. Operation Underground Railroad helps work to rescue children from various sex trafficking operations across the globe. According to the release, the briefing will include a discussion on a bill that Senator Hatch is proposing that aims at creating an advisory council to help private companies access government funding to fight sex trafficking. According to the website, Hatch's goal is to create a committee that will serve as a point of contact for federal agencies reaching out to anti-human trafficking nonprofits and NGOs for input on programming and policies related to anti-human trafficking efforts. I believe that with better coordination and partnership, they can do even more, and the key to that is with coordination, Hatch said. No, Orrin, be honest, the key to that is the federal government giving those private companies money. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Don't say it's better cooperation and coordination. No, you want to give these private companies money. And what Ivanka Trump has to do with this is simply this. She's a good poster.
She shines a light on
She's a
it.
poster.
The cameras follow
That's
her.
exactly it.
So.
She's advertising.
It's getting a celebrity to,
In that sense, that's not a bad.
Yeah.
This is a good cause and a good, but what does she know about it?
She don't know nothing about it, would be my guess. Oh, well, she's read some articles, I'm sure. I'm sure she's read some articles. And she'll shine a light on it, and then the federal government will give this money to these businesses, and will there be any accountability? Will there be?
I hope so.
All right. Carrie, you had your list of Halloween best places to trick-or-treat or best places for Halloween. There is a new study that shows that Utah is among the best places,
of course,
in the world for trick-or-treating.
We know that.
Okay? So I just want to say there are other studies which would confirm that.
Todd Weiler, if it's just standard run-of-the-mill opposition research, then why lie about it for a year? Well, they didn't lie about it.
It's not standard opposition.
And if it's the case, then why did Don Jr. lie about it? Why did he say it was about adoptions?
Yeah. It's not standard operation run-of-the-mill research.
Todd, your party is going down. You can do the right thing like some of your compatriots have.
No, Todd, vote for Trump again.
Yeah, go ahead and
do
that.
It
again. Do it again, Todd. Just do it again. The quicker you're gone, the better. All right? All right. Anyway.
Sports weather traffic?
Sports weather traffic.
The Jazz lost. The Dodgers won. That's sports. Weather is...
That's all you need.
It's all you need. 68 and sunny. That's nice. We've got some issues going on, though, traffic-wise. There's a fire at the Bountiful City landfill. Smoke is affecting traffic on Legacy Highway. That's not the only incident out by Legacy. There's huge delays eastbound Antelope Drive from 2200 West, getting onto southbound I-15, trying to exit onto Antelope. There was a crash involving two semi-trucks, multiple cars. Traffic is blocked both east and westbound on the I-15 overpass. Also, traffic lights are in the flash mode 9th West, North Temple and Salt Lake. Treat that as a four-way stop. That's traffic.
All right, this is boner candidate number 3. Mess with my daughter, will ya? According to authorities have arrested a Texas parent who was seen in a video pummeling a teenaged girl on high school property, according to a report. Mary Alice Hernandez was arrested and charged with assault causing bodily injury in Corpus Christi after the disturbing footage filmed at Miller High School went viral, according to the Corpus Christi Caller-Times.
Oh,
we have the video? Yeah, there it is, at x96.com/live.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a mother, that's the mother in the blue shorts, just pulling the hair and pounding this teenage high school girl in the face. Because that girl, she said, had gotten in a fight with her daughter and hit her daughter. So rather than
call the police,
calling the police or
the parents,
she went to the school. Excuse me. She went to the school and just pummeled this young girl, who said, by the way, she's not putting up any defense at all. She said, I didn't want to hit back because I didn't want to disrespect her because she's an older woman. So I didn't hit back. Boner candidate number 3, mess with my daughter, will ya?
All right.
We all need that. That's a mama grizzly right there. That's what that is.
I must not be a good mother.
That's
right?
beating up a child is what that is.
That's what mama grizzlies do.
I guess. All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, Steven Seagal, in The Performance of a Lifetime. He's caught on tape calling female reporters dirty whores and worse than that. Boner candidate number 2, is that me on the video? Well, I'll be darned, that is me on the video. A deputy in Florida caught on video stealing money and jewelry from an dead man's home. And boner candidate number 3, mess with my daughter, will ya?
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which of these 3 deserves to go to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? If they win here, that's just the winner of round 1. That means they have a 50-50 chance in the Boner Dome. All right? 1, 2, or 3. Put the number of the message, number in the message of a text, and text that to 33986. 1, 2, or 3. Call 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Round 1, October 25th, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. Easy. 4.5 minutes. Let's go. Round 1, Boner voting.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
All right, now what?
This is Utah word of the day. That's
from what year? Do you have any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our 2 friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah?
You're not going to like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not going to be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm going to have me a glass of L.
L is beer?
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now, you were shouting, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the,
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, what's the quintessential episode, I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I like talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The creche, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manger about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
Is the longest running morning show in Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but I mean, come on. We'll take what we can get. X96.
7:47, time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by some pearl onions in a nice vinegar brown sugar pan sauce.
I thought the only thing you had pearl onions in was the frozen peas.
No.
What?
Remember frozen peas and pearl onions?
Yeah. I do remember.
It's the only. I didn't know they came in anything else.
Hey, they just come by themselves.
Oh. And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cat's. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today, fatcatsfun.com.
So boner candidate number one, Steven Seagal, in the performance of a lifetime, on tape calling female reporters really awful, awful names. Boner candidate number two, is that me on the video? Well, I'll be darned, that is me. A deputy in Florida, knowing that this old man had died and been removed from a home, went into the home and ransacked it and stole, I think it was money and jewelry. And boner candidate number three, mess with my daughter. Well, yeah, this parent, a woman, arrested for going to a high school and seeking out a young girl, a high school student who had apparently been in a fight with her daughter, and then just beating the tar out of her. Teresa won the Fat Cats gift card, and perhaps we'll see Teresa at our mixer on Monday at Fat Cats. And the winner overwhelmingly of the boner voting was number two, the cop. Is that me on the video? Well, I'll be darned. That is me on that video.
I didn't do. Oh, you have video. Well, yeah, I guess I did.
I guess I did it.
Now, that is now the winner of round one. That doesn't mean that it's boner of the day. It has to go up against the winner of round two boner voting. Round two happens at 8:20. And then the winner of round two joins the winner of round one for boner fight at 9:25. That's when we decide boner of the day.
That's always an exciting moment, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now, hello?
Hello, yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Yeah. This is a really innovative radio feature that we do.
We should have trademarked it, but we didn't.
I know. I argued for trademarking the phrase Freaky Phone Friday back in the day, but nobody took me up on that. So now it's just Hello, Yeah, What? It's a feature where you actually get to call the radio station, and we will respond to your queries.
Maybe you have an event you want to tell people about. Maybe you have a homework question.
Yeah, or maybe you just want to tell us how awful we are.
Maybe you're like me and Carrie, I know, that have been watching every little scrap of video from the Thor movie that's coming out and enjoying every little bit of it. We have actually tickets to a screening of Thor to give away to a random Hello, Yeah, Whatter.
So it's 877-602-9696. You call us. We answer the phone. Well, actually, the producer's booth answers the phone. They ask you what you want to talk about. They put a little message on the screen, which is sometimes cryptic.
Sometimes we get your name wrong.
But, yeah, so just do that.
But I saw that one yesterday, Carrie, where he and Loki are riding up in the Thor and Loki are riding up in the elevator.
It's going to be a funny movie. I'm seeing it tomorrow.
What? Wait a minute. Thor and Loki are what? Is there an elevator that goes to Valhalla?
I don't know
where. Or Asgard?
I can tell you.
There's an elevator that goes to Asgard?
No,
where Idris Elba awaits?
No, they're at the Grandmaster's arena.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are elevators.
Okay. All right.
Everybody doesn't just fly everywhere.
Is Idris? Well, I know that Thor has. There's some problem. I think his hammer is in the shop. I think it's in the shop, so he's not flying. Is Idris Elba in this?
Yes.
And is not Anthony Hopkins?
Yes.
My only qualms with that is that you can't see Idris Elba in this. He's all. Doesn't he have a mask on? And
well, he's got his helmet.
Yeah. No, Gina wants him to be wearing dungarees with his shirt off.
Preferably.
Which is not really
chopping wood.
It's really not a guard in Asgard.
Well, there's let's see, which movie is it? Where Thor? I think it's Avengers 2. Yeah, Thor has a dream sequence, and Idris Elba has his helmet off.
Oh, good.
And you get to see him just.
What's a sex dream?
Being there. It's a party dream.
Same
There's
thing.
Something about Thor I don't know. I think I didn't. I'm not sure I saw the There've been two.
Ultron,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
Age of Ultron.
Who were the baddies in the Age of Ultron?
Ultron.
So the first one was those rock people or ice people or whatever they were, ice monsters.
No, now you're talking about the Thor movie.
Yeah, the Thor movie.
Yeah,
that was the first.
I'm talking about the Avengers movie.
Oh.
There hasn't.
So there hasn't been another specifically Thor movie.
There's two.
Okay. Well, that's yeah.
Do we have any
wait a
calls
minute.
for Hello, Yeah, What?
Okay, but wait a minute.
There are two.
So
Thor
there was
movies.
the first Thor movie with Natalie Portman.
Yes.
In it, and what was the second one?
That was the Dark Elves were the bad guys.
The Dark Elves. Yeah, I don't think I saw.
You didn't see.
I'm just trying to remember if I saw it or not. I don't think I did.
It wasn't great.
Okay. Okay. So I could go to the third one and I'll be fine.
But the one I'm talking about is an Avengers movie.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But this one is a Thor movie.
This one is the
Ragnarok.
third Thor
Right.
movie.
And
yes.
and if I don't really have to see the second one probably.
Probably not.
I just go to the third one.
And it's getting huge Rotten Tomatoes and everything reviews.
Hello. Yeah. What?
Oh, that's what we're
See,
doing.
that's how it works.
Hello, yeah, what?
That's what we're doing. Okay. Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Kevin, welcome.
Hey, how's it
Hello,
going?
yeah, what?
Good, Kevin. What's up with you?
So I've been thinking about gun control a lot. I mean, it's been on the news a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I live in Utah, obviously, and I'm a conservative. And I in my past employment have had jobs where I was an armed security guard, and I thought to myself, if you're going to buy a firearm that is approved in Utah for hunting, doesn't it make sense in order to buy that firearm you need to have hunter safety?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have it to go hunting. So why not make it also part of the law that if you're going to purchase this type of firearm, you have to also have hunter safety?
Safety training of some sort to
Yeah.
own a firearm. I think it makes perfect sense.
You can't drive a car without having training and
a license.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
And I think you should have to go. Carrie and I have talked about this before. We both took a concealed carry permit class where we weren't required to fire a weapon once.
So you know, Kevin, they're both packing. I just want you to
No,
I
think in order to get those, you should have to show proficiency.
Yeah,
in
I don't.
know how to
That's
handle
perfectly
it.
reasonable, but there are people who disagree with that violently. Kevin, they think You should just be able to go buy a gun and stick it in your pocket and go away.
I'm more curious, Kevin,
And
about
do your thing.
I'm more curious, Kevin, about your opening statement. I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
Would you define that for me?
Oh.
What do you mean?
What-
when you say I'm a conservative? What does that mean to you?
I lean more towards, I guess, in the political arena, my ears open more so to Republicans than Democrats. But over the past 5 years or so, I guess they open equally, not equally, say like 40% to Democrats.
So you try.
So I
you,
consider things, but
You've liberaled up a bit.
yeah. So I guess I've become more independent.
Yeah.
You know, I did actually register the Democrat this last caucus,
Really?
and voted for Bernie Sanders, but
Really?
my wife voted for Ted Cruz, and I was like, all right. And we just kind of talked in the house, and it's fine. We're still married, but anyway.
Well, anyway, thanks for calling us, Kevin. And I think your thoughts on this are perfectly reasonable.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya.
Don't scare our conservatives away. I like
I'm just
that they're
curious as to
listening.
what
I
he's
like
what he
was-
means by that. You know?
I think that's a perfectly reasonable guy.
Yeah.
Who gives some thought to people things and
Because I'm just curious because so many people say that, but I don't think they really know why. They don't think about it.
I want more conservative
Because if they
listeners.
thought about it, they might not say, I'm a conservative.
well, I don't know.
I'm
Anyway.
conservative about some things. You can
Like
be,
what?
Premarital sex.
No.
No, not that.
Yeah.
What
See,
are
this is
you
what happens. This is
conservative
what
about?
happens when I
What
ask
are-
conservatives.
What
This
are you
always
conservative
happens.
about?
What are you specifically? What are you conservative about?
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, because it happens all the time. James,
Public nudity.
James posted a meme that says, "I listen to the conservative side and I listen to the liberal side." I said, "Really? What part of the conservative side, really?" No answer. Think about it. Think about when you say I'm a conservative. What does that mean?
You know, it's interesting that conservatives have become, in a way, the same voice that liberal thinkers were a while ago. In that, get government off our backs.
See, we've turned Hello Yeah What into political talk.
see,
again.
it's
Is
not
there
your
something?
fault, Kerry.
What's his name's fault?
Is there something silly in there
He
we
called
can talk
with gun
about?
rights. Well, we have to take a break.
So, let's see.
We'll clean the slate, make it fun. All right.
Anna, we want you to plug your podcast.
We'll get to you. So hang on the line. We'll continue after these. And we can
877-602-9696.
All the roads on the west side of I-15 in Layton look like a parking lot due to a huge crash on Antelope Drive. It's on the overpass there, so that's affecting traffic in all directions on the I-15 overpass, Antelope Drive. Big delays through that area. And then over on Legacy, you're having problems because there's a fire out at the Bountiful landfill that's causing smoke and affecting traffic on that side. So that whole area, I don't know what you're going to do in that area because it's bad on Legacy and bad on Antelope Drive. That's traffic.
And you can see the bad traffic with your newly corrected vision.
Yeah, and be able to see the light. You know, see the light. If you're a Republican or a Democrat, you want to be able to see the light. So go to Hoops Vision, and they're having a fall sale. Feel free to enjoy the beautiful outdoors without glasses or contact lenses, the fall colors. Feel free to live your life how you want to live it. And I think whether we're
That's
Republicans or Democrats, we can all agree on that, can't we? Hoops Vision is offering their Fall into Savings LASIK special. Call 877-30-LASIK for details. Now, that's no obligation. It's a free appointment. You go in and they check your eyes out to see what condition you're in and what kind of LASIK surgery you might need or be eligible for, I guess you say.
Yeah.
And don't forget the health savings accounts and flex money accounts.
Oh, yeah.
You can use that money for your laser eye surgery. So call 877-30-LASIK. That's 305-2745. Or go to hoopsvision.com.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they arrive on Vulcan. They hope to find a cure for Lehi, who is suffering from Ponfar.
Ah, Vulcan, world of logic, place of pointy-eared people. Here I will seek out my mate and find man who killed parents. Settle down and raise pointy-eared offspring.
Knock it off, Lehi. You aren't a Vulcan. I was hoping you only had the 24-hour type of Ponfar. Dang it. Oh, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir?
Greetings. You are new to Vulcan?
Hi, I'm Elder Spock, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Spock? He is a legend on Vulcan. You mock us by using his name.
Oh, we mean no disrespect. Lehi here is Spock. I mean, they mind melded and something went wrong. Elder Spock here is suffering from Ponfar.
Ponfar? This is almost illogical. We must meet with T'Pau. She will know how to proceed.
This is Spock? He does not look like Spock. Fascinating. So the great son of Vulcan has sent you as his replacement? Joining will go on as scheduled.
Joining? What joining?
My parents chose my mate when I was 7. We were telepathically linked, and now is the time for us to be wed.
Spock was joined with this woman. You haven't even gone to Snellgroves with her. You can't marry her. Talk about breaking the rules.
We are all gathered. We shall proceed. We are here to complete the joining of Spock and T'Pring. Unless there is anyone here who objects, the ceremony will commence.
Excuse me, T'Pau, ma'am, I have a problem with this.
Only Vulcans are allowed to protest. One more word out of you and I will have you removed from this holy place. Now, shall we begin?
I protest.
T'Pring, no. Why?
I have chosen another to be my mate. I choose Elder Jensen.
But I was to be the one you chose.
A challenge has been made. T'Pring has chosen her companion and is her right. Let the combat to the death begin.
Combat? To the death? Oh, come on, Lehi Spock. You know I can take you in a fair fight. Be logical. Give up now before I have to hurt you. Hey, you cut my Mr. Max suit. Why, they ought to teach this at the MTC.
Oh. We have our victor. Elder Spock shall wed T'Pring.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I don't think I can go through with this. You see, I just killed my companion, and we're way out of our sector. My zone leader won't be happy at all. I really should be going.
And I will be free to take Ston as my husband.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Zone Leader Hansen really be upset at Lehi for killing his companion? Will Spock show any emotion when he finds out that his fiancée has married another? Tune into our next episode to hear Butch say...
Hey, man, be careful. Do you have to drag my body all over every rock?
Butch, you're alive!
Shh, keep it down. I faked my death so I wouldn't have to kill you. I'm glad to see you're back to being your old self.
I didn't kill you. I didn't. I don't remember much of anything about the past week,
Look,
though.
just drag me back to my hyperbike and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, we left the quadrant. What's Zone Leader Hansen gonna say?
Well, maybe we just won't tell him.
Well, that would be the logical thing to do.
Huh?
On the next finger-crossing episode of Space Elders!
is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 8:06, and we continue with that magnificent feature we invented.
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's go to the phones. Let's start with Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. What can we do for you, Jason?
Well, you guys do it every morning. You make my morning every single morning.
We do it just
So
for you,
know.
Jason.
Man, how much
Thank
are
you.
how much are you willing to pay for that? Time has come to
A lot.
collect the bill. You have to pay now. Well, we
I'm also
appreciate
supposed to tell you that I won the tickets too.
Oh, the Thor tickets, yeah.
Yeah. So have you
Thank
been
you for that too.
Sure. Have you been following those movies, all the Marvel movies?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You love them, huh?
I love them.
All right. Anything else you need to tell us?
No, just
Then get off the phone.
All right, fine.
Oh, he was going to say something else.
Jason, you want to say something else?
Just love you guys and thanks so much for what you do.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
We love you too. Now get off the phone.
All right. Let's go to Kiana. Kiana.
Oh, that's how you say it.
Hello, yeah, what?
Well, it was very thoughtfully spelled out phonetically on my screen, so thank you.
Hello, Kiana.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you guys about a podcast called The Last Podcast on the Left. It's about serial killers. It's actually really funny, but really informative. They do a lot of research.
Yeah, if you want to have a successful podcast, especially among women, you make your podcast about murder.
It's true.
I've changed the Let's Go Eat show actually. It's still called the Let's Go Eat show, but it's murders that have occurred at restaurants. That's all it's going to be about from now on.
I thought you were going to change it to the Let's Go Murder Show.
Let's Go Murder Show.
Well,
You meet at a restaurant and you talk about how you're going to do the murder.
I thought about that, but my attorney advised against
Yeah,
that.
if you got to put murder in the title or something.
Let's go eat and talk about murder. It's called the Let's Go Eat and Talk About Murder show. Okay.
That's one reason I haven't done a podcast, because there's too many. I would do a murder podcast, and there's too many murder podcasts.
There must be a way that you
Gina, you would murder a podcast.
No, I wouldn't.
Murdercast.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, thanks for letting us know about that, Kiana. And thanks for laughing at our stupid jokes.
All right. We'll see you. On stage 3 at the Warped Tour, Let's Go Murder. All right. Let's go.
It's a boy band, isn't it?
It is. Amber.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi.
Not much. What's up with you?
Hi. Oh, so 2 things. One, I was wondering, do you guys still do the Our Son Kyle?
No.
No.
What? Kyle's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. You haven't apparently been listening to the show much, Amber.
Yeah. Over a
Well,
year.
I have, but I think that I just missed that.
And so it just occurred to you that, wait a minute, I haven't heard from Kyle, and it's been like a year.
Yeah, it's over a year.
Yeah.
Well, I've listened at different times, so I thought maybe he was just at a different time that I was listening.
Okay. All right. What else can we do for
second,
you? Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to kind of do a plug-in, if I could, to Job's Daughters for this Saturday.
Okay.
They're doing a Witches and Waffles, and I don't know if you remember, Gina, but you painted some witch shoes or a witch hat.
I
for
did.
them.
Last year.
So it's happening again this Saturday. It's from 10 to 1 at the Salt Lake Masonic Temple.
Okay.
And we paired with the Granite Education Foundation as well.
Mhm.
So if you bring a package thing, like socks or underwear,
Okay.
you get a discount on your
All right.
meal as well.
So do I get my choice between I can either have delicious waffles or I can have delicious witches with maple syrup?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
And the witches are a little bit more bitter than the waffles.
That would make
so
sense.
You have to
I
have-
recommend the waffle.
Well, you're going to have extra syrup. I'll have extra syrup with my witch.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that'll work too.
So it's this Saturday at the Masonic Temple. They're on South Temple Street. And what?
Yeah, the 650.
Okay. Well, thank you.
650 East. Okay. Thanks, Amber.
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's someone texting in, people hype up last podcast on the left, and honestly, I have never been a fan. Didn't find it that funny. And Gina's podcast should be the Pizza Bra Chronicles. I want to call in, Bill. I haven't found the bourbon you recommend, but I did try Basil Hayden. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's good. But
what's the?
I just told somebody emailed me and said, "What bourbon do you drink mostly?" And I said, Old Forester.
There you go.
I like bourbon that has the word old in it.
Is it oldie? Is there an E on the end of it?
No.
Oh.
We used to have now a famous bourbon is Old Granddad, but I was looking for that in the liquor store. Now I just looked in one. I don't see any Old Granddad anymore. I don't
How
want
about
to
Old Crow?
There's Old Crow. Yeah.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Well, Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's, you got money.
I still have our bottle of Pappy Van Winkle.
Well, stop hogging it.
Boy, you.
The point is,
You
I
have
saved it so
in-
you guys wouldn't.
I know.
drink
I
it
would
all.
have. It would have been gone in 2 days.
I
if it
know.
had been
That's why I
mine.
have it.
Yeah.
The point is, we haven't all gotten together.
We have had
for-
nothing to celebrate.
Oh.
Exactly.
We have had nothing. Zero.
And even then, that wasn't, in my opinion, a celebration that we had.
It was more of a.
It was more of an okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's hold our noses and go ahead.
All right.
Well, I still have. If you guys ever want to get together and toast
All right.
anything,
Oh, we should.
I've seen.
But we should toast each other.
Yes, let's do that.
Hello, yeah, what?
Here in these latter days.
Zane, hello, Zane. What's your?
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for letting me listen.
Good morning.
I'm just wondering if anybody has a car that would be willing to let me use it part time so I can do Uber or Lyft.
Drive one of our cars for.
Say no.
Or friends of the program.
Zane, no, Zane, it
Doesn't work
it
that
just
way,
doesn't work
Zane.
that way.
It's
Zane.
not how it works.
I don't think you can do that. It's not. No, no, Zane, no.
I mean, I appreciate you trying to,
Now I know you get around somehow. You have a car of some sort, don't you?
I do, but it's not Uber or Lyft approved.
It's not good enough.
I see.
So what you need is somebody to let you use their really nice car so that you can make money off of it. Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, I would pay them.
No.
How much of a cut?
Yeah, I don't.
Because I don't know how those percentages work out.
Zane, I just don't think anybody's going to go for that. But
All right.
but thanks for trying. See ya.
Thanks.
Yeah.
he's hustling.
He's hustling.
Yeah.
That's right. He wants it more than the other guy.
He's an entrepreneur.
A major accident involving two semis at Antelope Drive, the I-15 overpass. Now, the really unfortunate thing about that is that affects like 4 lanes, 4 directions of traffic because it's on the overpass there. So avoid that area if at all possible. There's also another crash, southbound I-15 approaching 10th North in Salt Lake. Cars are on both shoulders. Traffic is back to Center Street, North Salt Lake. That's all up north. There's some stuff going on down south, too. We've got, let's see, looks like crash southbound Redwood Road, Center Street. Oh, that's the North Salt Lake one. I see red cameras, though, going northbound through Draper and Sandy on I-15. I don't see an accident reported. Maybe that's just normal morning slowage, but it looks slow through that area. So that's traffic.
All right, we got bonus round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. You need a rag to wipe that off. Boner candidate number 2, gobsmacked swimmers down under. And boner candidate number 3, it was our health class.
All right. Those boners for round 2 coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo as well after these. What do you got there?
Well, I know a lot of people are fans of this show, radio show called Snap Judgment.
Oh, yeah, I listened to that. It's on Saturday.
Is that on NPR?
Mm-hmm.
So this Friday, October 27th, at the Eccles Theater in downtown Salt Lake, it's called The Snap Live Twisted Tours, hosted by master storyteller Glenn Washington, and also with Glenn, gifted storytellers like Dawn Reed. And I'm sure these are probably names that will be familiar to you if you listen to Snap Judgment. Dawn Reed, Joyce Lee, Jen Kober, and Jamie DeWolf. Also James Judd, backed by the Snap Players Band. It's storytelling with a beat, funny stuff and sad stuff on Snap Judgment, a raw, intimate musical brand of narrative, daring audiences to see the world through the eyes of another. Snap Judgment live this Friday at the Eccles Theater downtown. Tickets are available at arttix.org. And right now, this moment,
right at this second,
we will give away
a
pair of VIP tickets.
What?
Whoa.
Which will include a post-show reception with the cast of Snap live at the Eccles Theater this Friday. So call 877-602-9696. They'll take a random caller in the producer's booth for those VIP tickets.
Nice.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming.
Don't miss Dashboard Confessional December 4th at the Complex.
It's not a big deal, but I guarantee you, Gina, if today were the day you were going to court at 8:15, you would not have come to work.
It's true.
You wouldn't have come to work.
That's true.
I would too.
No,
I
you
don't
wouldn't
think
have.
you would have.
You would have said, I got court. And we'd say, when? And you'd go, I don't know. And that'd be it, you know.
I'm not sure.
You wouldn't come in.
Court sometime.
I got court sometime. I don't know.
On another topic, a totally different topic. Yesterday, we went to lunch at the Lone Star Steakhouse in Sugar House with the staff, and Gina was there with her baby, and I was the little Jonesy, who's almost a year old and just as cute as anything, and I was the only person at the table who made the baby cry.
Well, she's my daughter. She knows you make me cry
Everybody
day.
else is going and doobie playing with the baby and
Again,
being cute
Gina,
with the baby.
that doesn't work because I didn't make her cry.
That's true.
And I've made you cry.
That's true.
On the radio.
I went and sat down by the baby to, just kind of bonding. Hi, it's your Uncle Bill. Cried.
Even Artie Fufkin didn't make her cry.
No, I thought for sure Artie was going to make her cry.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
He did
Hello,
that for like
baby.
10 minutes.
And kept waving his hand.
He said, don't eat trans fats or you'll end up looking like me.
You know.
Even Artie didn't make the baby cry.
Artie could have picked the baby up and placed the baby in his mouth, and the baby wouldn't have cried. The whole head, and the baby wouldn't have cried.
I think it's your facial hair. Might make you look scary.
Hmm.
I'm just guessing.
Was I the only one there with facial hair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Heather. But just kidding, Heather.
She hasn't experienced a lot of facial hair. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then I brought her over to you later. Like, it's safe with mommy holding you kind of thing. I gave Bill a hug. See, he's nice.
She didn't cry then, but she was barely holding it.
She had the face.
Barely holding it together.
She had the
you could see
face.
she was just like any second she was just going to.
It was the face.
We were there for 2 hours, and she was good the whole time we were there. I didn't have to get up and walk around with her once.
Are you surprised?
No, but...
Are you bragging?
Yes.
Okay. So she's like that all the time. You're just bragging.
Yes.
Yeah. And she didn't do that once, does she usually? Well, no. Well, wow.
She ate all kinds of things for lunch I didn't eat. She had tomatoes. She ate the tomatoes off my salad and my onions.
Did not.
And then, she ate all my onions, and then I picked onions.
She really ate
onions?
onions?
Yeah. Loves onions. Then I said, Carrie, you can eat that onion?
Here.
But she doesn't have teeth.
She has 4.
That onion even had blue cheese dressing on it,
Yeah.
Gina, which is something else that you wouldn't eat.
Well, now that says a lot to me, and because when I sat down by the baby, and maybe this is why she cried, I went, "Hi, honey, God, your breath stinks." That's why she cried. That's why she cried.
33986. Message and data rates apply.
8:22 right now. Time now for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote which of these 3 is the worst of these 3. Which of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1. Boner Fight happens at 9:25. So 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky boner voters will receive something nice.
Yeah, a gift card to Fat Cats, where we'll be doing a mixer on Monday night, a family mixer, 6 to 8 p.m.
All right. Here's boner candidate number 1. You need a rag to wipe that off. An Oklahoma motorist was covered in Vaseline and wearing only a thong bikini when a patrolman pulled over his vehicle for speeding. After initiating a vehicle stop last Sunday afternoon in Enid, Oklahoma, the sheriff's deputy approached the car and spotted, quote, "That seems to be a nearly naked white male driver behind the wheel." The driver, John Wayne Kellerman.
John Wayne Kellerman, you get in here.
Had a bikini thong covering his genitals.
Bikini thong.
Yeah. And Vaseline covering his hands, upper and lower body parts, said Deputy Daryl Beebe.
Hard to hold on to the steering wheel.
Well, that's why he was Gina, as you'll recall, he was stopped for erratic driving. The cop also reported observing, quote, an open jar of Vaseline that was nearly empty, quote, end quote, and, quote, a pornographic magazine in the passenger's seat. Mr. Kellerman, John Wayne Kellerman, not surprisingly, was extremely nervous in manner, and his hands were shaking, and his voice was trembling, said the deputy, to whom Mr. Kellerman then handed
don't take anything he's handing
a Vaseline-streaked ID card as means of identification.
You see, we don't pay our police officers enough.
When asked if, well, let's say the policeman said, "You've been having at yourself while you're driving."
Did he say that?
No, that's... He asked him directly in the but I'm going to say,
because I like the way you put that.
Yeah, I'm going to say, that's the way if I had been the cop I would have said, "So you've been having at yourself, boy?"
I like that.
While driving, Mr. Kellerman said, "Yep." At one point, Mr. Kellerman offered the officer a rag to wipe the Vaseline off of his ID card.
You don't want that rag. You do not want that. A rag is worse than the Vaseline.
Well, the officer said, "No, I don't want your semen rag."
Oh, jeez.
That's what he did say that. He returned to his patrol car. Mr. Kellerman was subsequently arrested after a check revealed that his license had been revoked and had not been valid since 1985.
Surprised he still had it.
Well, he had spent most of the last 27 years in prison on an assortment of charges, including narcotics, possession, domestic assault, auto theft, burglary, and escape from confinement. He was charged with speeding, driving with a revoked license. Yeah. By the way, an inventory of Mr. Kellerman's car
I don't want to know.
Noted the driver's area of the vehicle was extremely greasy due to Vaseline. Boner candidate number 1. You need a rag to wipe that off. Here's boner candidate number 2. Gobsmacked swimmers down under. Authorities in Australia, they're the ones who say that they're gobsmacked, actually, by the sheer stupidity of a group of men seen swimming. That's kind of the title's kind of wrong. Gobsmacked means astonished.
Yes.
So it's the authorities who are gobsmacked, not the swimmers.
Okay.
So I did the title kind of wrong. I was not looking at it carefully. But they say that they are astonished or gobsmacked by the sheer stupidity of a group of men seen swimming to a crocodile trap and then getting inside of the trap. If you go to x96.com/live right now, you can see what the crocodile trap looks like. It's baited. There's bait inside that crocodile trap, and they swam
Do they not
to the trap.
know it's a crocodile trap?
I think they know exactly what it is. The men were spotted getting into the mouth of the trap at the Port Douglas Marina, close to where a crocodile is suspected of killing an elderly dementia patient. So they'd put the trap out to catch the croc.
So is this like a dare or something?
This is incredibly stupid and dangerous behavior, said Julia Liu, a local mayor. I'm wondering what these fellows was vying for, Idiot of the Year award or the Idiots of the Century. The meat we put in the trap is bait for crocodiles. Don't swim in them. It is stupid and illegal, said Environment Minister Stephen Miles.
I think this is a good thinning of the herd. I think you get what you got coming if you swim into the crocodile
I think so
trap.
too, yeah.
They were fined $15,000 for interfering with a crocodile trap. Boner candidate number 1. Gobsmacked, and then swimmers down under. So,
all right. Let's boner candidate number 3 coming up after this here. Big Boy News is what?
It was for health class.
All right. It's Big Boy News brought to you by
Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, online, hastergames.com.
I've seen this story a couple places lately, and this was in the New York Times this morning. There have been 3 killings in Tampa in the area.
Serial killer.
Well, that's what they're worried about.
Is 3 serial? Or does it have to be 4?
Well, they're all.
Well, it has to be. It has to be done by the same person.
Carrie, you're thinking of a mass shooting
or massacre.
No. Seriously, they don't call it a mass shooting unless it's more than 3
it's 4.
people.
Oh,
that's what you're thinking.
But a serial killer can be 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I know my murder.
I guess it could be 2. I mean, really, it's got to be the same person for a serial killer. Benjamin Mitchell, college student, waiting at a bus stop near his house in Seminole Heights. He was shot around 9 p.m. 4 days later, the body of Monica Hoffa was found in a vacant lot. She had been shot. 6 days after that, third resident, Anthony Naiboa, shot to death at another bus stop. The 3 killings in less than 2 weeks, which authorities believe are linked, have put residents of Seminole Heights on edge. There's no obvious connection among the 3 victims, and the police concede they don't have any leads. They've asked for residents' help in the investigation. All 3 of the victims were walking alone when they were shot. The killings occurred in a quiet neighborhood filled with historic homes, some sidewalks lined with brick and streets crowned with canopy of oak trees. It was a affluent, beautiful area. 3 people. Everybody is a suspect at this point, said Chief Dugan, which is a way of saying we have no suspects. Yeah. A majority, this is a report from NPR this morning, a majority of white people say that discrimination exists against white people in America today, according to a poll released Tuesday from NPR, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health.
Again, who are these white people they polled?
If you apply for a job, they seem to want to give the blacks the first crack at it, said 68-year-old, so there's a clue.
Yeah.
Tim Hirschman of Akron, Ohio. And basically, if you want any help from the government, if you're white, you don't get it. If you're black, you get it. More than half whites, 55%, surveyed that, generally speaking, they believe that there is discrimination against white people in America today. Hirschman's view is similar to what was heard on the campaign trail in America today. Donald Trump catered to white grievances during the 2016 presidential campaign and has done so as president as well. He did that during the presidential campaign when he wasn't making fun of disabled reporters.
That's right.
Notable, however, is that while a majority of whites in the poll say discrimination against them exists, a smaller percentage say that they have actually experienced any discrimination.
You haven't.
Also important.
It's imagined if you have.
Also important to note is that 84% of whites believe discrimination exists against racial and ethnic minorities in America today. So they say So they're saying, whites are discriminated against. Well, how about ethnic minorities? Yeah, they're discriminated against too. There's that.
I wish there'd be a way you could have people actually live in somebody else's skin for a day and just see.
There's quite a lengthy article about it there. George Clooney in the news here, bad-mouthing apparently Matt Damon's acting abilities.
What? No,
he was talking on.
No, jeez.
Gina, just would you not get so exercised? That will become evident as the story goes along.
Just don't like you saying bad things about George Clooney.
Look, here's the headline. Clooney badmouths Damon's acting ability on Jimmy Kimmel. So why do you suppose they put that headline there? So that we could click on it and find that
I don't have to click on it. I know he's joking.
That he's joking about.
I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of a click.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not do anything about this story at all, so you won't hear what a clever guy your precious George Clooney is. Okay. No, he was talking on Jimmy Kimmel about directing Matt Damon in this new film Suburbicon, which looks really interesting. We got Matt because we couldn't afford Brad Pitt, said Clooney. Matt's on that slide, on the way down, so we got him at a pretty good discount. He's obviously joking. That's why you put the headline. You get so upset. Go, he's joking. Yes, everybody knows he's joking. The cost to visit this is no joke. The cost to visit national parks in Utah during peak season could more than double if a proposal from the National Park Service goes through.
They're trying to discourage the crowds?
The U.S., they're trying to make money. Thursday, what, Richie?
Well, it's a couple things. I happen to know quite a bit about this. It's a couple of things because there's like $11 billion in back infrastructure within the national parks that they're looking to do, and they just don't have the money to do it. The other part is, if you've ever been to Zion in particular in the summertime in the peak season, it's awful.
I can't stand it.
And one of the things that they have talked about doing,
like they need more bathroom facilities.
But beyond that, it's just too many people. So they've also talked about just cutting off how many people can even get into the park that day.
They've also talked about at Zion that you can't drive through, that the only way you can get through is you get on one of those buses and go look at it.
Right.
Well, they've done that, except in the off season. I think you can still drive, but for most of the year, you have to ride a shuttle into Zion. So they're talking about doing that.
It's currently $20, and they're looking at making it $70. And the big concern is because I for one, I think people should pay more to do it. The only concern is that the lower income families won't be able to pay $70. But if you can make a means necessary for those folks. I think it'll help, and it'll be less crowded, a better experience because there's more facilities.
Here's a story for you, Carrie. In the late 50s and early 60s, Jane Goodall started attributing personalities to the chimpanzees that she followed and kind of lived with in the Gombe National Park in Tanzania. In her description, some were playful, some were aggressive, some were affectionate, some were nurturing. Many scientists at the time were horrified by Ms. Goodall, she recalled, because you shouldn't be attributing human characteristics to animals. I mean, that's kind of a scientific standard, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
That we shouldn't do that. But now, Dr. Goodall, who is 83, said in a phone interview on Monday, I was guilty of the worst kind of anthropomorphism. However, time and research has borne out her insights. Chimpanzees share many personality traits with humans.
And how do you describe those without...
The new examination of chimpanzees at Gombe updates personality research conducted on 24 animals in 1973 to include more than 100 additional chimps that were evaluated a few years ago. Researchers use questionnaires to assess the chimps' traits and so forth. And indeed, now the research says, they do. They have, some of them are funny, Some of them like to play. Some of them are pranksters. Some of them are like cigars and like to wear pants and ride bicycles.
No,
Some of
no.
them what? No.
Monkeys!
No. They don't like being called cheetah. That's considered racially insensitive among chimpanzees. No, it's an interesting study, and there's.
Well, I mean, yeah, and you don't even have to be Jane Goodall to realize that if you've owned more than one pet.
Yeah, well,
They have
you know.
personality.
But again, you're supposed to.
As a scientist, you're not supposed to do that, but it's.
But how do you describe it if it's a human-like characteristic?
Well, for instance, my cats, each has they have different traits. I could describe them in less human ways than I do. It's like scaredy cat and fat and lazy. Anyway, it's a great. I'll send you a link to this if you want to read the whole thing, Carrie. It's pretty interesting about I know how you like chimps.
Monkeys.
Although the capuchin, is that your favorite?
Capuchin's my favorite. Yeah, he's my favorite monkey. Although then I bought War for the Planet of the Apes yesterday.
Are there capuchins in there?
Oh,
No, they're just apes.
There's all kinds of apes in there, and I mean
Apes and monkeys are different.
They
Now we're
are
going to hear
different.
about
Yeah,
that.
they are.
What? From whom?
Somebody
Jane
will.
Goodall. Weather, traffic, sports, whatever you want to do.
Gina, we're just joking.
Yeah, the Jazz lost. The Dodgers won. It was hot for both of them because they were both in L.A. But I bet the Jazz weren't hot because that's inside. But when they went outside, they went, whew, I'm glad we weren't playing baseball because it's hot. That's sort of weather and sports. And here it'll be nice. 68 for a high. Sunny. Lovely. Brought to you by Bad Apple, the only place to offer low-priced premium phone screens with lifetime warranty. Now with 10 locations, go to badapplerepair.com. Crash on Redwood Road at Center Street, North Salt Lake. All southbound lanes blocked, traffic being diverted. Let's see, still lots of issues with Antelope Drive and the I-15 overpass. Big delays all directions because there were a couple semis involved in that. Another crash southbound 15 at 10th North in Salt Lake. Cars off to the both shoulders, causing slowage in that area. That's traffic.
Did you know George Clooney said that Matt Damon insisted on filming in L.A. because there was a restraining order against him? Did you hear that?
Is that candidate 3?
No, candidate 3 was for health class. A substitute teacher was let go from a Michigan school after, it says here inadvertently, giving 6th grade students an X-rated lesson. Saginaw Public School District officials said that the male substitute teacher plugged in his laptop only for pornography and other images to flash on the electronic whiteboard during class of a 6th grade class at Loomis Academy. Students were exposed to a video of a man and a woman engaged in sex and another woman twerking.
Yeah.
So apparently, I don't know if that was happening at the same time. There's probably a category of that I'm not familiar with. And the teacher was removed from the classroom after a student reported the incident, and he was fired and banned from ever working in the district. Boner candidate number 3. Well, no, it was for health class.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
We had boner candidate number 1. You need a rag to wipe that off. It's the thong-clad driver in Oklahoma covered with Vaseline. Boner candidate number 2. Swimmers down under swimming into the crocodile trap. It gobsmacked authorities there. And boner candidate number 3, it was for health class.
All right, let's do it. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserves to go to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? It's got a 50-50 chance if it wins here. 1, 2, or 3, put a candidate number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Call 877-602-9696 to vote with your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, October 25th, and vote there. If it does not appear, refresh. It will. You've got 4 minutes. Let's go.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
Now, speaking of dramatic interpretations, no, wait.
Thespians.
What you guys do there is not really that at all, is it?
It's dramatic. They're putting on a show.
Yeah, we're putting on a show.
They found some old costumes in a trunk.
And they're going to save the school. Or the church or whatever. Hey.
Last night at the theater doing my show, Spirit of the Holidays.
Plug the theater.
At the Desert Star.
Yeah, plug it.
Plays until New Year's. A friend of the program came to the show and brought her family. She had actually just previously been. She went and grabbed herself a best of CD and then decided to come.
So a real
and
friend
watch
of the
show.
program.
Yeah, a due friend of the program. And then came to the show. I said I knew that she was going to be there. She was there with her husband. I said, "Well, stick around afterwards. I'll say hello, see what you thought of the show." Mm-hmm. And afterwards, we were talking, and her mother tried to adopt me.
Huh?
From what I understand, because we talk about how my family is trying to push me out of the house.
You're a big kid now.
So, 26 years old, you have the college degree, you don't clean your room, it's time to get out. A woman, the mother of this friend of the program, offered to adopt me last night. You can put a lock on your door, Richie. I've got the whole basement to yourself.
You're considering this, aren't you?
I started the application process last night.
Yeah, why don't you go sponge off someone else?
Your family's
it's not
tired.
Sponging.
Well, what do you call it?
Well, what do you give them in return?
A show? Do you
I can
dance and sing and perform?
I
for
sing
them?
in the shower, and that carries throughout the house, and I'm good at lawn mowing. That doesn't do any well in the I can shovel snow.
You never have time to do any of these
I can do
things.
any of that stuff, but they offered, and so I'm seriously considering, because it's over in Sugar House.
You are seriously considering
moving in. Maybe not on a permanent basis, but becoming a resident of this home for
This
like a
will
month.
end badly.
This is a little creepy, Richie.
Someone just.
You mean this isn't like when Fonzie moved in with the Cunninghams?
That's what he's thinking.
Garage?
That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking.
You mean it's not like that at all?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. C.
Because that never happens. I'm sorry, Richie.
I don't need much.
It is a little weird.
You know what we really need is a few episodes of Happy Days done by squirrels. Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
just to go back to that for a second.
That would be awesome.
Sit on it.
Yeah. I'm convinced though.
Yeah.
That I could move out, not have a place, and find places to stay.
Oh, I'm convinced.
Of course, yeah. You
Well,
could.
you do it. You do it anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, I could move out of mom's, move out of
sure.
dad's,
Yeah.
and I'm seriously considering that come the first of the
Just
year.
rotate around.
And just
You'd be
go
living
around.
out of your car is what you'd be doing.
Which is no different than what I'm doing at this point. Really. If you've seen my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said something to Richie the other day. I said, "Why don't we go in your car?" And he said, "Because there's only room for the driver."
Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 8:47, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 is brought to you by... in part by... braised chicken breasts.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today, fatcatsfun.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was need a rag to wipe that off. The naked thong-wearing car driver in Oklahoma who was covered in Vaseline and he handed the deputy his ID, and then there was Vaseline all over his ID, so he said, you want one of these rags here to wipe? Boner candidate number 2 is dumb-ass swimmers in Australia who swam into a crocodile cage, bait cage or trap. And boner candidate number 3, it was for health class, a 6th grade substitute teacher showing kids some pornography in class. It was on his laptop. It was apparently an accident, but it must have gone on for a few minutes anyway. Yep. Josh won the Fat Cats gift card, and the winner, boner candidate number 3, it was for health class.
There you go. That is the winner of round 2. It now goes forward to face the winner of round 1. It has a 50-50% chance of becoming Boner of the Day. Boner Fight at 9:25.
Things That Must Go, brought to you by the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th, West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center, featuring authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Go to culturalcelebration.org.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that you just can't take anymore. You want them out of your life as quickly as possible. You send them to us. radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and then hopefully, if we mention it on the radio, it'll disappear magically from your life, or at least it'll make you feel better. You've gotten it off your chest. Who wants to start today?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
First one is one of mine. Pizza bra must go.
Wait a minute.
Pizza bra.
Let me explain.
It's not a bra made of pizza, I assume.
So, bras are hard to clean if you're doing it right. You have to either wash them by hand or delicate, and then you hang them up. And so once they're clean, you want to get a few wears out of them before you wear them again.
You mean it's not like underwear?
No.
Underpants. You
No.
wear those. I only wear those 3 or 4 days.
I mean, like if you work out, you put a sports bra on, and that one's not. But your like daily bra, you want to wear it a few days.
Right.
So my bra was clean, but I went to a pizza restaurant.
What for?
For pizza.
Okay.
And so you take it off and it smells like pizza, but it's clean. But it smells like pizza, and you're like, do I wear the pizza-smelling bra, even though I know it's clean?
I know. Just hang it up outside for a couple hours. It'll.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang my bra up outside?
Well, don't worry. I'm sure no one will steal it.
What are you afraid?
It's going to be the house with the bras hanging up outside?
We'll do it discreetly somewhere.
It's just
on the patio.
Yeah, under the patio.
You're getting dressed in the morning going, oh, my bra smells like pizza.
Hey, pizza bra.
It's a perfectly clean bra. Right. So that's mine. This from Allison, Las Vegas, friend of the program. I'm listening to Friday's podcast right now and was reminded, Katie, for short, listen up on this. I'm reminded how much the interns doing the podcast must go. 50 minutes in, you guys are winding up the best question about what millennials should know about the historical pop culture. Carrie mentioned the Beatles, and Bill said, and what you need to know is... And then the intern cuts it off in the mid-sentence. Please listen and cut off your best ofs at the end of a sentence so we're not left hanging. Let's see, this from Miranda. Online comment sections must go.
Amen.
I'm a professional photographer. I have several clients who love my work. Most have always given me positive feedback. Recently, I posted an online photography education forum made up of fellow photographers asking for constructive critique of a recent photo shoot. It's to help improve and grow, supposedly. Well, 70-plus comments ensued of the worst, most condescending kind. I asked for constructive critique, not a dozen strangers essing on my work. It seriously damaged my self-esteem and made me want to quit.
Yeah.
Sincerely, Miranda. P.S. Jeannie, you're my hero, and I'm seriously jealous of your murder blanket. It sounds divine. It is divine. Don't get the gravity blanket. That's the really expensive one. Just get the Bed Bath & Beyond one.
Ask for murder blanket, my name.
We call it the MB. All right, I'll go next. Let's see this one. Oh, I got one of my own. I'm reminded of this every morning, too. Mirrors in elevators. There is no, just don't do it.
No.
I hate getting on our elevators every morning, and I have to ride only one floor, and I have to keep my head down so I don't see myself in the mirrors.
You need it in the elevator, most of all in the elevator, because you're getting off the elevator to go to a meeting, and you got to make sure you don't have a booger or something.
No mirrors in elevators. I don't need that reminder every morning. This one from... feel free to use my name. My must go today is is the usage of AM to mean morning and PM to mean night or evening, particularly in business communication, but also in texts and other emails. Oh, so here's what he's complaining about.
All right.
For example, quote, I'm going to meet with the client this AM. Or, what would you like for dinner this PM?
Oh, I see.
You would never say that in your actual speech, so why are you typing it? It sounds so stupid, and it just shows how lazy you are.
Okay.
It must go. Thanks for letting me listen. Phil, P.S. I don't like mirrors in elevators either. And then this one, please don't use my name. Good morning, lords and lady. Here is my thing that must go. Several weeks ago, I sent in a thing that must go about my coworker who coughs all day and does not cover her mouth. It did not go.
Oh.
It continues.
We need to try again.
Maybe if Bill growls and pounds his fist on the table while cursing her about coughing, it'll finally go. Here goes nothing. It's worth a try. Thanks for making my morning great. Love you guys. P.S. I don't like mirrors in elevator. How did this either?
Amazing how that happened. Back to Pizza Bra.
Yeah.
Well, Febreze, first of all.
Yeah.
But a little thing that must go now that you mention it is restaurants who don't have proper venting.
And you just smell when you come out of there.
And there are restaurants I won't go to that I would like to go to, but they haven't invested, and I know it's a big cost, in proper fan ventilation, So, yeah, there are some restaurants I won't go to because
you come home smelling like it.
Smelling like the place. So think about that. Let's see. This one from Please Don't Use My Name. When I buy 2 dog bones or 2 dog toys for both dogs, the one small min pin thinks everything is hers, and she thinks we live in her house. And her being mean to my dog, who is bigger than the min pin, but my border collie mix is scared of everything, even her own shadow. I want to get some dog training.
Dog bullies.
Dog bullies. Yeah. After receiving a call from your credit card company, they give the reason for the call, and after everything is handled, at the end of the call, they say, is there anything else I can help you with? You called me. All right. My brother/roommate using the kitchen as storage. He puts his jacket on the seats, shoes on the table, and so forth.
No shoes on the table. No.
This is a kitchen, not a storage unit. And really, shoes on the table?
No.
Gross. That's where we eat. And then finally, going to my sister's baby blessing and or my friend's mission farewell, and the flock wants to talk to me.
Nope.
Or get me to investigate and, engage and all that. No, thank you. I'm not now. Some of us are slow learners. I'm here to support my sister and my friends. That is all. Thank you for letting me listen. Geek Show says, hey, and make mine a double and ram tough. All right. This one from Allison. Thing that must go has to do with the TSA pre-check. I paid my $85 and went through the background check process to be able to use the TSA pre-check lines. What must go is the fact that random people are getting pre-check stamped on their tickets and being allowed in the pre-check line.
They let some people in.
The lines are getting longer and ending up with people that are novice travelers. Do I have to take my shoes off? Oh, what do you mean I have to throw my bottle of soda away? People with children and animals must go from the TSA pre-check line. Yesterday, I got stuck behind a lady carrying a dog and trying to take off her jacket while not dropping the dog. She then finally made it to the metal detector, and her boots set it off. At least 5 of us managed to get around her while she dealt with her shoes. And men, you know you're going through the metal detector. Clean out the $100 worth of change from your pockets before you get there. A few days ago, I saw a guy needed 2 bowls for all the crap in his pockets. TSA PreCheck is for people who can put their bags on the belt and get out of the way.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, stick to the regular security line.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know.
right now, and if you have any traffic changes.
Just a quick check. 5
go
cars on the right shoulder, Center Street exit ramp in North Salt Lake, causing slowage in that area. Avoid that. And still some issues. Antelope Drive, I-15, the overpass there, issues there. Outperforming others, Performance Toyota Bountiful. See the amazing specials on all remaining 2017s at toyotabountiful.com. Putting a smile on your face every day, Performance Toyota Bountiful.
All right. We got your killer's keyword coming up next, and Corey's concert and community calendar as well.
We talk a lot about Diamonds Direct and
Yes.
about their incredible selection of engagement rings and loose diamonds, but they have all kinds of jewelry at Diamonds Direct. Case after case after case in that beautiful showroom, just full of beautiful fashion jewelry, earrings, pendants, eternity bands. Hint, hint.
All the designers. You
Bracelets.
can get anything you see in a bridal magazine, you can get there.
Diamonds Direct, you get the nation's guaranteed best price plus so much more. Eternity bands, hint, hint. You will love this place. If you love jewelry, you will love it. And the people there are relaxing and nice, the salespeople and everybody. They give you good education, and it is amazing about how to buy diamond jewelry and other kinds of jewelry. So find a reason to get into Diamonds Direct. Get in there, check them out. It's really a special place. They're just knocking everybody else off the map with their prices.
They really are.
It's Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers every weekday at 9, 2, and 5.
Why do you discount bird flu?
Because that sounds too nice. It's going to be...
How about avian flu? You feel better about avian flu?
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it sounds... I don't know.
Swine flu. You think swine flu?
The Hong Kong flu. The Asian flu. What was the one that there was the big epidemic?
The Spanish flu.
Was it the one? Was that the one that killed a lot of people in the early part of the century? I mean, really, in America, it killed hundreds and hundreds of people. That sounds meaner. Spanish flu.
Don't you laugh at the? You're gonna remember we have a storage room in our house. It's full of toilet paper, just in case.
Just
because it causes such horrible diarrhea.
You're gonna run out of stuff, and you're gonna come knocking on my door.
I need toilet paper.
Is that the first thing you grab when you loot the store?
when you
loot the store,
not
you run to the
bottled
toilet
water,
paper?
Not medicine.
Yeah.
Because you don't think about toilet
Help!
Yeah.
I've got coffee filters. I don't need.
I've got coffee filters.
Yeah, you don't need toilet paper if you've got plenty of coffee filters.
That'll stop up your pipes. Don't put coffee filters.
Well, I'm
in
not
there.
flushing them.
Well, I think isn't all. Won't the sewage plants shut down?
Yeah.
Because,
why would plumbing stop?
well, because there won't be anybody to operate the plumbing, the sewage plants.
It'll work for a time.
For a time, but pretty soon, a post-apocalyptic world, plumbing goes too.
I don't know, when the power's out, my toilet works.
I don't know.
It's not an electric toilet.
It will work for a while. I took a class on surviving the zombie apocalypse. They talked about this.
What did they say?
Your toilets will be okay for a while, but then when the sewage treatment plant stops treating sewage because there's nobody there,
It'll back up.
then it'll back up and it'll be eventually. You'll be able to go for a while.
Things get ugly. You watch The Walking Dead.
That's why
They never really address where they go to the bathroom.
They don't.
Do you know what they don't address? Periods.
Oh. No, they have
Have they
because when
addressed
they've been
periods?
stealing when they were stealing stuff from a store.
Did they?
when they were
say give
looting?
it?
Yeah.
See, I'm good because I had the hysterectomy, so that is one thing I don't have to
So you're-
worry
is
about.
that why you had it? So you're ahead. You're
My
ahead.
doctor said you don't need this. I'm like, no, in the apocalypse, I don't want to deal with having a period. So take it out.
No pee breaks, people. No pee breaks.
No pee breaks
No.
because we got Killers tickets to give away and
Yep.
Corey's concert and community calendar.
X96 proud to welcome the Killers to Vivint Smart Home Arena Tuesday, February 6th. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. I'm going to give you a keyword. You'll text it to 33986. The keyword is SAM, S-A-M. You know, because Sam's Town, that was one of their albums, the thing, and the Vegas, and the Sam. Text it to 33986.
Well, that's pretty easy. Corey, is this feature sponsored?
It is. It's brought to you by Foo Fighters at Vivint Smart Home Arena on December 12th.
No pee breaks, people. No pee breaks.
No pee breaks.
No pee breaks.
No.
Pee breaks during our show.
There's no time for a hymn song today.
I'm not worried about us, but I'm worried about the audience not getting a pee break.
Yeah.
Well,
Legs
here's-
crossed.
yeah. Here is Corey O'Brien. He's
Yes.
here to tell you about what's What's on the week? You know,
there's
what's happening?
no point sitting home. There's things going on in this town. Tonight you've got psychedelic rock out of Austin, Texas with the Black Angels. They'll be at the Depot tonight. Good band. Check them out. Tomorrow, FearCon kicks off at the Salt Palace. It's, like Comic-Con. I think they do some stuff with the Comic-Con people, but, obviously Halloween-based. Cancer Bites at Broovies. They're billing this as an alternative to a 5K made for people who want to relax, watch a movie with friends, and fight cancer. They'll be screening Beetlejuice.
Oh, really?
I like everything about that.
That's very cool.
It's all good things there. Voodoo Glow Skulls will be at Metro Music Hall tomorrow.
Always a good show.
Great band. Friday, you're going to be staying up late to see Stranger Things Season 2. They'll be releasing that. I think those new shows hit about 1 a.m. here in Salt Lake.
Is that right?
Is that
that's when
true?
they post those.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
so I'll
because
have
I
to
think
stay up all night and watch all of
all
it.
night.
I wonder how many episodes there are.
I think there are 10. Because they only had 8 last time. They said they were going to do a couple more, so I want to say 10. But.
All right.
The main will be at the Complex. I think they've been here like 3 times this
Mhm.
year. Saturday, the Utah Cheese Awards Expo Fest at Church and State, hosted. The man knows TV. Now he knows cheese. Bill Frost hosting that.
Why didn't Frost tell us that he's hosting
the Cheese Awards?
Fest?
Now it's free to attend. They're going to have jazz and vendors, and if you
cheese.
Will there be
What about
Munster?
cheese?
Will there be
there's
Gouda?
No mention of Munster.
Swiss?
No,
Emmentaler?
I don't think Baby Bell either. So they're out all around. But I'm sure they'll have some very interesting cheeses for
Makes
you.
me want to pull out the cheese shop sketch from Monty Python.
I love that sketch.
So, say hi to Bill at that. You've also got the Day of the Dead celebration 2017 at the Utah Cultural Celebration Center. The Halloween Fetish Ball at Area 51. Butcher Babies are opening up for Hollywood Undead. Butcher Babies feature a former intern of yours, I
Heidi
believe.
Shepard.
Yeah.
Yes, she doesn't have a belly button.
I know.
She does not.
Interesting fact.
She's in that band, the Butcher Babies.
Garden Grown. Yes.
They've been around for a while.
They
now.
have. I think they played like Ozfest, and they've played some pretty big festivals.
Yeah.
So, making their way. Also, Ogden having its zombie crawl. They'll be kicking that off on 25th Street.
How will you know?
Well,
it's
Ogden.
It's an Ogden joke.
Ooh, little jab at Ogden. All right, turn up the heat. You've got him and CKY at the Complex, him on their farewell tour. The only good Chris Isaac cover I've ever heard. So go see him for that.
Okay.
Monday, you have your Fat Cats Trunk or Treat. You guys are going to be at Fat Cats for that. The bowling, $9.63 for unlimited bowling or golf? So,
Something like that, yeah.
And then, of course, Tuesday's Halloween. There'll be parties at Gracie's, Area 51, the Complex. Hogs Wallow has stuff going on, so all over town on Tuesday night. You don't have to celebrate it just on Saturday this year.
Okay.
And that's what's going on. That's it. That's everything.
If you want to, if that went too fast for you, that's all posted at x96.com, right on the front page. I guess you can find it, right?
Or you can text the word events to 33986, and we'll send it to your phone every Wednesday at noon.
I'm going to do that.
You should. Then you have it on your phone.
You know.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about one of the events on your list.
Okay.
Just so you know. Let's see. So we got Boner Fight coming up at 9:25.
But we have to do something here. I've just been handed this information here.
What?
About New Dwello.
What?
This have you heard about this? That if you text the word money to 62687, that New Dwello will send you information about how to get money for a down payment on a home.
I have heard that.
Oh, you have?
Because I know it's down payment assistance. It's grant money that if you can answer 7 questions affirmatively, honestly, you could be qualified for that down payment assistance money.
New Dwello has this gift of equity program, too, where home buyers come up with 1% of the down, and then they're gifted up to $8,740 for a home costing less than $437,000. That's kind of the parameters of the New Dwello gift of equity
You can
program.
get a lot of house for that.
Sure. Yeah, New Dwello's exclusive gift of equity program. Thousands of qualified buyers waiting to purchase you. If you're a seller, this is good for you too. There are thousands of buyers out there who want to buy your home, and this will help them do it. So text the word money to 62687. It's New Dwello.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming.
Don't miss Dashboard Confessional.
My grandpa never said that. What was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No,
then.
we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to, for how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instruments, sir.
The minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why?
I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
Don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
Nice.
Leanne, you and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean or you might make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I
See
love
la-
you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I
okay,
wanted.
thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See, you were going to cry for me, huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up, and
do
I
you
thought,
think
you know
that...
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special
No, wait a
treatment in the
minute.
workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle.
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
And being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, "Oh, that's what happened to the."
How is that common courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, "Well, then tell us all about it." Apparently,
You're
it's
being sarcastic.
apparently.
And then you yelled at her a
I
minute
didn't-
later for like 5 minutes. You
I
guys
didn't-
stop. You just
All
kept
right,
going.
No,
Michelle.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
And going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
Just tell Carrie you're sorry.
You're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when.
From Hell with Utah's most trusted newsman, Bill Allred on X96.
All right, 9:25 is when we'll start Boner Fight, but right now we got time for a little bit more than a little bit of news. I mean, not a chunk, but, a little bit more than a little bit.
Some
somewhat less than a chunk of news.
Yeah.
All right.
Brought to you by the Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center, featuring authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
Well, tragedy.
Not for Kerry Jackson.
Well, I don't know if he'll find his thrill in blueberry hell. Fats Domino has died. He was 89. He was one of a kind. He was an original. He will be missed. Fats Domino died in Louisiana. He had more than 3 dozen top 40 pop hits.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was
Throughout
huge.
the 50s and 60s.
I mean that sincerely. He was huge.
Blueberry Hill, Ain't It a Shame?
Those are the only two I know.
I'm walking, yes indeed, and I'm talking. You don't know that?
Yeah.
When you say goodbye.
Ain't it a shame?
Ain't that a shame?
The song is called Ain't It a Shame.
No, it says it ain't that a shame.
Oh, here in the Times, they'll issue a correction tomorrow.
That's a failing New York Times.
The failing.
Walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. He carried the spirit of his hometown, Louisiana, with him, mostly in his stomach. And he was great. I mean, he was really good. I remember seeing him perform on TV, and he was incredible.
He was damn good.
Yeah.
And Kerry had him on his.
Yeah, I'm doing the math right now.
Well, you're already ahead, Kerry.
Well,
so
I
this
am,
just
but
makes you.
Well, he wants to rub it in.
I'm just really excited. He was 89, you say?
89 years old.
Yes, that's 11 points.
So I'm just going to be asking, because Kerry, so many of the people on Kerry's Deadpool are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start investigating where Kerry has been when these happened.
You think Kerry? Think foul play with Fats Domino? 89?
With an 89-year-old Fats Domino?
I want you to know I'm not making any accusations here. I'm just wondering. Or if Kerry has agents who work for him
Minions?
somewhere, yeah.
Deadpool minions?
I do have agents. I will admit that.
Albert Einstein, you heard of him, did the theory of relativity.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Smarty Pants,
You
they
know,
called him.
he also did the theory of happiness.
He did?
Yeah. So, the old joke, when the waiter, your waiter comes, expects a tip, and you say, well, I've got a tip for you. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy. Well, Albert Einstein actually did that. Albert Einstein was at a hotel, and he asked for, he had room service, and he felt bad because he didn't have enough money, or maybe there was a bellboy. Anyway, he didn't have enough cash with him to tip the bellboy. That's right, the bellboy had come to his room to deliver something to the genius Albert Einstein, and he didn't have any money for a tip, and so he wrote something on a piece of paper. It was his theory of happiness. He said, and it's in German, and he said, I'm sorry I don't have any money, but here, take this. It's my theory of happiness, which is, quote, in German, no,
I don't know.
It's a calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness.
Oh.
And he also handed the same bellboy another note later on, because he still didn't have any cash, which said, where there's a will, there's a way. But one of those notes, the Theory of Happiness note, just sold at auction for $1.65 million. So that bellboy really made out. I think he's dead. I think he's long gone. He doesn't get any of the $1.65 million. But I think in a way that was partially why Einstein gave him the note. Instead,
now,
he was fairly famous at that time.
It was not for room service.
No,
it was the bellboy that brought him the note telling him that he had won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It just said in this story I was reading that he brought him an item. Brought an item to his room.
So it was, guess what? Yeah. You've won the Nobel Prize.
So in a way, he was, I think in his mind, he was giving him something that he knew would be valuable at some point. Or would be, actually, it was probably valuable even then. It'd be interesting to, I have just skimmed across this. I'll bet there's some way that there's some accounting of what happened to that note and if the bellboy actually made some money on it. Or
And actually, it's pretty accurate, I think.
Well, yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It seems pretty accurate. Speaking of accuracy.
Oh, yeah? Oh, so you want the total of your...
Deadpool, my Deadpool mathematics. Hefner, 9 points. Fats Nominal, 11 points.
Yeah,
Glenn Campbell, 19 points. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, 27 points for a total
You're way ahead.
of 66 points.
I'm not playing this game ever again.
Now,
Corey Feldman is my only hope.
Gina, that could happen. He was just arrested recently. Didn't you have a long shot on yours?
I think so, but I can't remember who it was.
Frank Christ keeps track of that for you.
I don't know. So, Gina, you're really against the a reboot of Magnum P.I.
Yes.
Well, here's a headline in The Guardian, and I haven't read the story yet.
It's on the record.
Very strongly about that.
It was acceptable in the 80s. Why Magnum P.I. should be spared reboot hell.
Yes.
People have become accustomed to television reboots, it says here. Whatever surges of fury they may have felt when CBS announced its Hawaii Five-0 remake.
I felt a surge.
I find that hard to believe. I find it hard to believe you ever feel a surge. So that's been anyway. It says they've been trampled to mush thanks to the onslaught of reanimated classics like Lethal Weapon, MacGyver, Dallas, Dynasty, DuckTales, The Magic School Bus, the forthcoming Greatest American Hero. Reboots have simply become another bad thing we're helpless against, like super volcanoes or antibiotic resistance. So Magnum P.I., for heaven's sakes, is nothing sacred?
No.
They say in the article. Sure, on the surface, the original Magnum P.I. was just one of a glut of post-Vietnam shows about vigilante justice. And, I watched a couple of them when it first started and went,
it was never a show for me. I didn't watch it.
And then for some reason, I think it was being showed in rerun on Channel 5 or something like that in the afternoons, and I was home at that time.
He's
and I
charming
watched
and they're
it,
funny.
and they were good.
Yeah.
Most of those episodes were actually very good, and some of them were rather poignant. Now, Rick and TC were loads. Those two actors were loads.
Cut them loose.
And I don't think either one of them have acted since. But
well, they're not talking about doing the TC story. They're talking about redoing Magnum.
Well, this writer in this lengthy article here in the Guardian does agree with you. Shouldn't be done.
And I disagree.
I disagree as well.
And I will just say, Battlestar Galactica.
That was a great reboot.
Better.
It was better than the original.
Yes.
It's interesting. It's the same thing with remakes of songs. Sometimes the original is better, but a lot of times the remake is better because it's like they take the first version as kind of a blueprint and say, hey.
They punch it up a little bit.
Like the song "I Can't Stop Loving You" by Ray Charles. Great song. It was originally written and performed by, and it was a hit for a country star, a country artist. I forget his name now, Don somebody. And it was just kind of a country song. That was, it was okay. But then you hear the Ray Charles remake of that. It's just much better. So.
And Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? A lot of people said that should never be remade, but Devo said no and made a better version.
Not a good example.
It's a great example.
No, it's not.
Well, not. The Devo version is sort of it's sort of Weird Al-ing it.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
However, Working in a Coal Mine by Devo.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
All right, so the winner of round one in the 7 o'clock hour for Boner Fight is that me on the video? Well, I'll be darned, that is me.
Here, if you go to x96.com/live and look there, you can see the video.
Cop there, he's ransacking a dead man. That's a nice house. Ransacking a dead man's home. He was caught on surveillance video doing that. He denied it at first, and then they said, well, we have a video. We think it's you. And he looked at the video and went, what is that? Well, that is me. And then Boner candidate number 2 from the second round. It was for health class, the story of a substitute teacher who showed porn to 6th graders. I don't think we have that video.
No.
At x96.com/live. I'm sorry to tell you that. So those are the 2 candidates. Have at it.
You decide who is boner of the day today. Candidate 1 or candidate 2. Just put the candidate number in the message of a text. Then text that to 33986. Easy. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight October 25. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. Or you can call. That's easy enough. 877-602-9696. All right, there you go. 3 ways to vote and about 4.5 minutes to get your vote in. So let's go. It's Boner of the Day. Boner Fight.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
I didn't do anything this week. I was such a slug this weekend.
Sometimes you need a sluggy weekend.
Good for you.
I didn't think.
Good for you.
How do you turn that off?
Alcohol.
Genius switch. How do you turn that off?
Alcohol. Alcohol.
What kind? What was your alcohol
Just,
of choice this weekend?
Anything I could get. Whatever was handed to me, whatever was handy. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter?
No, didn't matter.
You weren't discriminating
Nope.
about? No?
Why?
I'll take some of that, sure.
Is it good wine? It's good enough.
Yeah. I'll have some of that. You bet.
And you were just handed things?
Went out to dinner.
That's the way it should be.
Went out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
You did? You did that going out on Valentine's?
Yeah.
That's brave.
Yep. Had a nice dinner at Copper Onion, and you know, pork belly should be one of the major food groups.
I agree.
It really should be.
What was the pork belly on, or was it?
No,
just,
it was just pork belly.
just out there being pork belly.
Pork belly with some cherries and some Brussels sprouts and turnips. You know, just kind of as a little
side
starter,
dish,
a little starter to the evening, and then
nice.
Man,
did you take in your surroundings? Did you look at the other people that chose to go out on Valentine's Day?
I
See
did.
How in love they are.
I
or
did.
Not?
There was. It was. Well, so it was very busy. Copper Onion was very busy. I assume all the restaurants were very busy on Saturday. Did you go out on Saturday?
No.
No. So it was very busy. To the table to our left, 2 guys out on a Valentine's date.
Guys?
And then a table across from us, a guy and 2 girls. And they kept, they were quite annoying. Because the guy kept hanging a spoon on his nose. You know how you do? You take a spoon and
little kid.
Yeah, and you hang it off the edge of your nose, or he would put it across his nose, and then he would insist on one of the girls taking a picture of him. And this kept going on, and then the spoon would slip off, and then he would just laugh uproariously.
Were these 12-year-olds?
And they thought it was funny too.
No one's ever done this before.
And it kind of went on, seemed to go on and on and on and on. And then they had the waiter take a picture of the 3 of them together.
Can you believe this?
It was just.
This has never happened.
And I kept trying to think, now, what kind of a Valentine's date is this?
Threesome date?
I guess. He was,
polygamy date?
Maybe he was paying for them.
That could be.
Could have been
that would explain why they were laughing at the spoon joke.
Yeah, the spoon on the nose.
They were
hilarious.
paid.
Hilarious. Spoon on the nose.
Yep.
Man, this is good. Good stuff. Good stuff. And those were the only. But mostly I was just fixated on my sweetheart sitting across the table from me as we enjoyed a delicious meal.
I'm glad you did.
right, 9:35. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you by... In part by braised chicken breasts in a delightful sauce of pearl onions and toasted almonds and a scattering of chives across the top.
A scattering of chives?
Oh, my God, it was delicious.
And look for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties. Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade, prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today, fatcatsfun.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was, is that me on the video? Well, be darned. The deputy caught on surveillance video ransacking a dead man's house for money and jewelry. And Boner candidate number 2, it was our health class. That's a substitute teacher, I guess accidentally, showing a 6th grade class pornographic images of several minutes, apparently, of a video of a couple having sex.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, John won the Fat Cats gift certificate, and the winner of today's Boner Fight, Boner candidate number 2, it was for health class.
That is now Boner of the Day for Wednesday, October 25. It will be in competition for Boner of the Week. We'll find out on Friday at about this time.
I was, you going to tell me a story about your dog here? Is that what we're doing, Gina?
Well, whatever you want, yeah.
Well, we can do that. I just wanted one quick mention of that Amy Sedaris show.
The TV show.
Yeah, the TV show.
My DVR caught it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't yet either, but apparently my wife watched it last night, and it was just, I guess she liked it, but I guess there's she said, I was shocked. There's a car commercial in it, and it's your voice on the car commercial. So there I am.
Honey?
That's all. It's just a car dealership
That's
ad.
it?
Yeah, just a car dealership ad. I do those ads for car dealerships, and I almost never, I know they put them on TV, but I never see them. I don't know what they're like, so I'll see it this time because I'm going to watch that Amy Sedaris. So what about your doggy?
No, well, you remember yesterday I was telling you that I had to run home to meet the vet.
Oh, right, yeah. And I was thinking that, I was telling you I thought the dog was faking the limp.
No. So she had a play date with her boyfriend on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Willie the Rottweiler.
Speaking of anthropomorphizing animals.
It's her boyfriend.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I was just trying to send Dylan this picture, and I don't think he can get it up in time while we're talking about it. It's a picture of the two of them together.
Frolicking?
It's just that, this is a picture from their hike they went on. But
did they take sandwiches?
If you go to my Instagram, Dylan, it's on my Instagram.
They have one of those camelbacks to drink from?
Yes, and they had a little romantic stroll. But then so Willie lives in the neighborhood. Where's your Instagram? RFH Gina?
No, wait. You mean Willie? So Willie lives in the hood or in your neighborhood?
Our neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
So we walk over there for play dates. And Willie's about as sweet and gentle a dog as you could be.
Is that really his name, or are you changing it to protect him?
No.
Okay. All right.
But he's gigantic, and he weighs a lot, and Riley's she's just a pup. She's just a young thing.
I wouldn't be encouraging this relationship.
They're very cute.
Well, that's what you say now.
Well, Willie's been fixed, so they're not having any babies or anything.
They say he's been. Rottweilers.
But and I didn't leave her alone with him. Like I was sitting in the backyard while they were playing and watching everything, and she didn't. There was no there was no yelping or anything. But they played really hard and went home, and she was limping for a couple of days. So I had the vet come over last night, and she's got a sprained shoulder.
So it's got to be in a sling?
It's on my at RFH Gina on my Instagram.
So it's going to be.
It's like 6 pictures in. Is the picture of Riley and.
So everybody go there.
But no, not arm in a sling.
No sling.
But put her on an anti-inflammatory and said, no activity.
Keep her away from Rottweilers.
Not
Didn't he
just-
say that?
No, because this is what I'm saying. I'm like, he's so sweet. I don't
Yeah.
want anyone to think I'm saying Rottweilers. Or
You can't trust
there
him.
he is. Look at him.
Oh.
At x96.com/live. See, she adores him.
Well,
Look at that.
Yeah, and you can't trust him.
No,
She's under the spell of the Rottweiler.
No, he's a
His
sweetheart.
thrall.
But so not only can she not have a play date with Willie for a week, I can't even take her on a walk. Now, she's a puppy. She's like as active as I don't know what I'm going to do with her
Thank
for a
goodness
week.
you get a break.
No, but you take them on a walk to tire them out so they'll sleep and relax.
Well,
and-
like you do with kids. That's
yeah.
all.
I can't take her for a week. I don't know what I'm going to. She's going to be like a crazy puppy in my house.
I mean, they really shouldn't be playing together
until she's
bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I take my dogs to the small dog daycare.
Yeah,
because
it's the name of it.
Well, there is one called Little Dogs.
Oh, is
yeah,
Little Dog Daycare?
I used to go to Little Dogs. Now I go to a different one, but it's just and they have a height and weight restriction. Because
for that
very reason,
reason.
because the bigger dogs are going to mess up the little dogs.
Especially the Rottweilers.
Yeah, that's why if you go to a daycare
sweetheart.
or you take your dogs to a place where there are other dogs, you want to be aware of that. Because the
Yeah.
big dogs will mess up the little dogs.
I mean, I'm not prejudiced or anything, but Rottweilers.
No.
Jeez.
He's just a
I
dog.
saw Cujo.
No.
They're Germans, aren't they? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, see?
No, he's
Yeah.
a sweetheart.
That
But
Nazi.
so I'm expecting my house to be destroyed is what I'm saying. She's stuck home, not playing, not walking.
Can you get a treadmill? Maybe a treadmill.
No, she can't.
Well, just for
she
slow.
can't walk.
Slow. You see, you can control the. I mean, she walks around the house, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Well,
but like,
so, yeah.
yeah, it'll be that. And I bet I've spent $200 on chew toys for her. I bet I've spent that much.
Did you get her the daily? What is it called?
The Daily Growl.
The Daily Growl
is a perfectly fine newspaper,
Yeah.
and I respect its opinions.
Yeah, the Daily Growl.
But but you can get these chew toys and they have ratings on them, like the toughness rating.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
The 8-9 rating she can destroy in a day or two.
There are some. If you go to Costco, there are some rope-based ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That are quite tough.
Get some pig's ears.
Well, see, the pig's ears they eat.
They eat them.
Yeah.
They would need something they can just
But isn't
work
that
on
still
that doesn't disintegrate.
How about the Nyla bone?
Well, and the pig's ears and the bully sticks and all that stuff, they'll make them sick if they have
if
too
you have
many
too
of
many
them. So you got to give them something that they can just gnaw on forever, and it
So
won't.
go to Costco. There are the rope-based ones, and those Kongs are good.
Yeah.
What are the? What is the bully stick? Is that some part of the anatomy of a bull?
I mean, yeah, no,
It's a
I mean,
tendon.
it's a.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? You mean it's
Yeah.
a?
No,
it's
not
a tendon.
that.
Oh,
It's-
it's a tendon. Okay.
tendon.
All right. Well,
and she loves those, but you can't give them what?
Sue has a friend who took her Newfoundland to hydrotherapy.
Those are big.
Oh, where do you do that?
Here in Salt Lake somewhere.
At doggy hydrotherapy.
Swimming would be okay in exercise.
Okay.
Wear them out.
I wanna
So
find- Thank you.
Sue,
for
get
that.
the name of the place, and we'll get that to
How about
Jane.
one of those cryogenic places? Go freeze it.
No, she's fine. She
Wear
just
her
needs-
out so she can curl up on your firm mattress and take a nap.
They should have doggy beds at Mattress Firm.
I wonder if they might at some of them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mattress Firm.
I know my mattress is
Is
a
your-
doggy bed
is your-
because the dogs sleep with us.
It's the fall asleep sale at Mattress Firm, and it's the holidays are fast approaching, so they're giving you a chance to prep up your guest room for friends and family and guests, presumably, because when you gift yourself with a brand new Beauty Rest world-class mattress, you'll get another mattress 50% off. That's pretty terrific. And Mattress Firm has all kinds of mattresses, not just Beauty Rest. They have all kinds of brands and different firmnesses of mattress.
Yeah, spend some time when you go in the store, but even after all that time, if you've picked out a mattress, you think it's the one for you, you get it home, 120 days
Right.
you sleep on it.
Which
and
seems awfully lenient.
after all that time, if you say, yeah, maybe I need a different one, they'll come pick it up. and you can get it replaced.
You can get a Hampton and Rhodes pillow top queen mattress starting at just $199.99. Sleep at the perfect temperature when you get the new Beauty Rest Black Memory Foam with black ice for just $50 a month for 60 months. You'll have to have approval of credit on that, of course. Call 1-866-780-6224 credit terms and costs. MattressFirm.com is where you'll find a store near you.
Geek Show Podcast is me and my friends sitting in my basement geeking out about the stuff we love. We have a Beast Boy. Don't freak out about the Han Solo movie title, Batman, Avengers, and lots more. We get a new episode every Monday. Today's episode is called A Different World. Get it at geekshowpodcast.com, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, the X96 app, or watch us on YouTube searching one word, Geek Show. Jared Leto is a real weirdo, you guys.
geekshowpodcast.com.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
I got caught in an embarrassing moment this morning.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear.
Here at work. Already, I've been at work about an hour now, and already caught in an embarrassing moment.
Are you saving it?
No, I'll tell you right now. I came in the back door, as I always do. I kind of hope Chris is listening. I don't know Chris's last name.
Mancow.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Mancow.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chris is a board operator here in the building, and he tends to another radio station. He's a very nice guy, very quiet guy, very shy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if he's hearing this, is embarrassed to hell that I'm even mentioning him on the radio. He's a very shy guy. So I come in the building this morning, and I'm walking down the long corridor there, and there down at the end of the corridor is a copy machine. And on the copy machine is sitting a big, it's like a briefcase, suitcase kind of thing.
Okay.
It looks like a toolbox, but not metal. It's a fabric kind of stuff. What do they call that? Cordova. No. Anyway. So it's a big case with buckles on it and everything. And it's sitting there it's just out of place. It's odd. I've never seen it sitting there before. It's sitting, what is that? I think to myself. So then
How curious were you?
I open it up and start rifling through it. Look at this. Look at this. And I mean, there was nothing particularly strange.
Wait a minute,
in there.
you saw someone's luggage lying around and you just opened it?
Well, yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the announcements at the airport?
Or anything from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
God.
But I thought in my mind, maybe the reason I opened it is I thought, I wonder if because it looks like one of those things that the copy guy brings with his tools in it.
Okay.
To repair the copier. But I start going through it, and it's obviously somebody's briefcase. It's got some CDs in there, library books. There's an orange. I went through it pretty extensive. No, I didn't.
Sounds like you cataloged all of the stuff in there.
This is all stuff that I could sort of see right there. And as I'm kind of going through it, Chris comes up the hall the other way and goes, "Hey, that's mine." And I went, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
I thought it was the copy guys.
Because if it was the copy guys, that would have been okay to go.
Well, it was my duty to investigate as a junior TSA trainee.
TSA, which really does mean to stand around. I'm just convinced of it.
No, so sorry. I apologize to Chris, and I'll apologize again. But just just standing there going through his stuff, and here comes the shyest guy in the building going, "Hey!"
X96.3 and X96.com.
It's worked pretty well for a while.
Yeah.
9:50 right now.
Hey. Hi.
Carrie, Bill, Gina.
Good morning,
Good
John.
morning.
I'm pooped.
Are you pooped?
Yeah. I would just.
You've given and given and given.
I feel as though I've given until I have nothing left to give.
And then you give a little more.
Well, I do. I do.
Give, said the little stream.
Because it's right there in my contract.
Give, oh, give.
Is that a Mormon thing?
Give, oh, give. Give, said the little
Richie,
stream.
is
As it
that a
hurried
Mormon
on it.
thing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a primary song.
Yeah.
As it hurried on its way. I'm small, I know, but wherever I go, the grass grows greener still. Singing, singing, all the day. Give away.
How do you guys know? And I don't know that. I go to church. How do you, I have a primary kid.
Well, you go now.
I don't know if they sing. I don't know if they sing that anymore.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. They
You
sing
know they
that.
they promoted me to Scoutmaster. You
Yes,
knew
we
that,
heard
right?
that. Yeah.
Master?
Master. I am the master of all the scouts.
Boy, they got nobody out there that can do it.
So now is this Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts?
Boy Scouts.
Really? So ages 12 and up? Is
12
that
to
what-
14.
12 to 14.
Well, no, 12 to 18.
They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel out there in
I was-
Tooele County.
I was looking for cool things to put on my Scoutmaster shirt. You know,
Cool,
'cause
like-
cool pins and stuff.
Don't you have to earn all that
Well,
stuff?
that's what they said, but I'm like, you know what? I'm a volunteer, man. So until they start
Did you
paying me, I'm
embellish
gonna put whatever I want on this thing.
You're embellishing your accolades.
Stolen valor.
You know, I was caught embellishing my accolades one time, and they fined me for it. I shouldn't have been doing it at the park.
Having at yourself.
What are you doing? Embellishing your accolades?
No, I'm not talking about like the Eagles. I'm not talking about like actual. I'm talking
Like
about like
what?
I don't know, like pins. Or
Well, they
something.
have don't they have sort of
Yeah.
decorative things that you can put on your
But
uniform?
they all
I
mean
want it to
something.
look cool.
Don't they? You have.
That means something to me.
I felt so bad when I was a scout. We made these, you know how you wear the neckerchief?
The neckerchief. Mhm.
And then we made these out of plaster, and we painted them.
The
these,
woggle.
The thing that...
The woggle.
I think we called them a slide.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
woggle.
the neckerchief slide.
Yeah.
So we made one out of plaster, and it was like it was the bear or the wolf or one of those. For and I was taking it outside of the church at the LDS church there, and I dropped it on the sidewalk,
Oh.
and it broke.
Oh, poor little
And you
Billy.
released its power into the world.
After I went to all of that work, and I said, I don't want to be a scout anymore.
That's when you left the church, isn't it?
No, it's about when I left scouts. No. It's about when I left scouting. I was I was a first class scout.
You know what I really need, and I can't get. Well, I can. I mean, it's really expensive, but I want the hat, the Smokey Bear hat.
Oh, that hat. Okay, I was
Wait,
going to
when
say.
you're a scoutmaster, they don't just
No.
assign
No.
you a
No.
No, you don't know how the whole scam
It's a
works.
racket. I mean, it's
I mean, how much is one merit badge?
One merit badge is $3.
Okay, that's just
For the
one.
little-
how much is
Now,
the
the
hat?
church? The church pays for that. The church doesn't pay for my stuff.
But yeah,
The hat is $100.
Well, it's probably a nice hat.
It's a Stetson.
Is it real?
It is
really
a real
it's
Stetson.
a genuine. Yeah, they're.
Tell your wife that's what you want for Christmas is your scoutmaster.
Because I'm a
hat.
scout nerd now, so I'm thinking I want the scout hat. I've got the pants. I've
Here,
got
how
the
about
shirt.
this one? Get one like this. This is a Stetson.
That's not the proper
No, I need
forest ranger one.
I need the Smokey Bear hat.
Richie says you can get a vintage one online for $50.
Yeah? How do I? Well, like if you get the new one, they fit it to you though. It's like
If I were letting
He
you be
rubs his hands up.
scoutmaster, I would say first thing you do is get rid of the Travis Bickle haircut, buddy.
Yeah,
no,
true.
that's what gives me my power.
Yeah, but the scouts don't want that.
They do.
This is not
They
a good
think I'm
example.
that's the only thing I've got going for me.
All right. You say so.
Like he dresses like he's 1997, but he's got cool hair. That's the only thing I've got.
I'm telling you, somewhere in the rules, there's something about that hair.
There probably is.
There's something about that hair in
It's
the
just,
rules.
it's a high
somewhere.
and tight. It's just a little long on top.
They're not having that hair. I'm telling you right now. You go to Scout headquarters up there.
Oh, they
with
love
that
me
hair.
up there. You know why? Because I spend lots and lots
Yeah.
of money.
Well, yeah. Then there's that.
I want to see you. I want to see you really with the whole outfit, with the Smokey Bear hat.
I am
the
gonna wear
kerchief, the khaki shorts.
Well, the pants, the official Scout pants, they're pants and shorts.
Yeah.
They zip
Oh,
off.
they zip off. That's
Yeah.
good. And then
Really?
the shirt. Yeah.
I'm gonna wear the whole get up on Halloween. Todd's going to wear his referee uniform, and I'm going to wear my scout uniform.
So they make you a scoutmaster, and then you proceed. The first thing you do is to disrespect the uniform.
No.
By wearing it trick or treating.
I am going.
He's
to,
advertising for the Scouts.
I'm going to show how cool it is.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Do you have a sash? You should have a sash.
No, only Scouts
bandolier.
wear the sash.
It's a bandolier.
I think
it's a merit badge cloth.
I think you should have a sash, and you should just put, the stolen valor pins that you have, and like a rancid button.
Rancid
button.
Star Trek. Start putting some Marine rank on there.
Yeah, just all that. It's flair, really. That's all it is.
I need 15 pieces of flair.
I want you to get a name tag that says Bull Goose Looney.
The minimum is 37 pieces of flair.
37 pieces of flair.
We learned that from Office Space anyway.
37.
Yes, the minimum is 37.
37.
So find some flair on your sash.
That sash is $10. I gotta save up for my hat.
What's your troop number?
7. Wait. Who's asking? I don't want to get in trouble.
Because some guy says my troop, no lie, was troop 420.
That's awesome. We are troop 1700.
That's all you're.
That's a lot of troops.
That's all you're required to do is give your name and troop number.
That's right. If you're ever captured,
by
name, troop number, date of birth. John Smith, Scoutmaster.
If you're captured by the Girl Guides or the Girl Scouts or something, that's all you got to do.
We have we can now have girls in our scouts.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But not you can't. So you can have a den that not a den. What do they call it?
Yeah, a den.
A troop.
That's in Cub Scouts.
Oh.
Dens are Cub Scouts.
Yeah, what's a troop?
It's a troop.
You can have a boys troop and a girls troop. You can't have a boys and girls mixed.
We have
troop.
girls that come and hang out on our troop all the time. It's no big deal.
What do they want?
Yeah.
They're spying, aren't they?
They're there to steal your flair.
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's do a promo.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, it's Geek News on the radio with your chance to win Thor Ragnarok tickets.
And then at 7 a.m., it's spooky Halloween trivia. In Beat Gina, you could win a 4-pack of Disney on Ice tickets.
At 7:45, Sean Means speaks in the microphone about new movies coming out, including Suburbicon.
And then at 9, we'll have your chance to win Killers tickets and Vikings in the studio.
That's all on Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96. I don't know what that
Vikings?
is.
Yeah, what's the Vikings?
Vikings?
I'm dubious of that.
Like the Minnesota Vikings? Like football players?
I don't know.
Like,
guess we'll find out tomorrow along with the audience. I mean, it's our show, but
Well, let's talk about it and see.
Yeah.
I'm dubious of that. All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Pizza Bra.
John Smith is next.
I've got Disneyland tickets.
All right.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.